Everybody loved him. Hundreds of people would be by the courthouse, and he, put up his finger to the government, and that's it. This man is dying, and you still have him in solitary confinement. He was tied, his feet to the bed, and his hands were tied to the bed. People want to question if my father was weak or tough. He had a severe kidney infection. He was sick. He didn't get to see a doctor. By the time he got off the bus, he was covered in blood. If there was ever a time to become a rat or something, it would have been then. No, instead he fought 5 trials. Eli has never had any conversation with my father. You lie about my son? Like, this is how sick they are. I defend my family. I think I do a pretty good job of defending my family. But other people defend my family also. I don't ask them to do it, but they do. Marla.
Hello. I love our background.
Oh, that's a new one from Jerry.
Nice.
Thank you, Jerry. You're
Thank you,
the
Jerry.
greatest. Yeah, he gets mad at me when I do that, but sorry, Jerry. I appreciate you too much. So Marla finally got tonight was the first time she got onto the Patreon finally. And what did you say, Marla?
It's nice. I like it. It's easier to work with the app. But yeah, I like it.
How great is Jerry's work?
Jerry, you are awesome.
He really is.
Awesome, awesome.
He really is. He does so much tedious stuff.
I see. I noticed that during some I saw that.
Yes, yes. So I had originally put this for 10 o'clock because we were doing an interview at 8:30 with the same person from the last time, and that didn't work out. So we decided to come on early. I don't know if people are still going to be here or not, but so we just made it early. And let me say hello, and then we'll get right to it. Maybe we'll get out of here early tonight, Marla.
Can I go ahead and take a gummy?
Go right, go right ahead.
These are to help me go to sleep at night. I wait until this time of night to take them.
Oh yeah, go right ahead. I slept. What did I? I slept 3.5 hours last night. I went. No, even less than that. 3 hours. What time? I went to bed at 5, and I got up at less than that. All right, I got up before 8 o'clock. I couldn't sleep last night. First of all, I did have some coffee before we went on live, but I was a little upset last night. I'll tell everybody about it in a few minutes. But hi, Project DARPA. He said, everybody hit that like button. Hello there, Carol. How are you? Palmina, how are you? Boston J, Tommy Lucchese, Linda Amsterdam, how are you? Tommy Lucchese said, that thumbnail is amazing. Thank you so much. Let me see. This is Jerry's work. Jerry did this. And I love this picture. I love the way my mom looks here. My dad, I don't know. His face is a little different, but my mom looks so beautiful. This was a picture from my sister's wedding. And I just love it. I love my mom to death. And I'll get to that in a few minutes. But who else is here? Teresa Murphy. How are you, Teresa Murphy? I see that Chai Hooker is here to start trouble. Hi, David Cameron. I guess you're here to start trouble too. Hello, Steve. Hello, Maximilian. Hello, Petey Paisano. Boston J. Claudio. How are you, Claudio? Claudio said hit that like button. The captain, Dana, Brian G. Okay. Hi, William Brooklyn. Hi, Soretti. How are you? Yeah, I'm a little upset with him. We're going to get to that about him too. I'm really upset with him. He accused me of something that I never did, and he lied. He lied. So we'll get to him in a minute. Normally, when people lie, it makes my skin crawl. Hi, Riddick. Wyatt, how are you? Boston Nick, how are you? Hello, Minnie the Moocha. Hi, Wyatt Earp. Okay, I watch Baywatch. How are you? Sons of Italy, how are you? Hi, Arlene. Hi, Victoria Young. Itty bitty Nita. Hello. I watch Baywatch, I said. Let's see. Uh Bucky Palermo, how are you, Bucky? Cheryl the Regulator Lewis, how are you? Hey, Marky Mark. Hi, Dubs. How are you? Hi, Colleen. Okay, trying to scroll down fast. Hi, Viper. How are you, Viper? Okay, let's see. Let's see. Who's this? Hi, Uncle Jesse. Uh, okay, I think we've got everybody. James Proctor, how are you? Long time no see. Hi, SPL Sharon. Hi, Sean. Let's see who else. Thorn Blades Lash. What's this? Angel, I hope you don't feel I was patronizing you in stand up guys chat. I was expressing myself truthfully and glad your channels are growing daily. Great work. Thank you so much, Stormblash, but I don't even have a clue what you're talking about. So maybe I didn't see it or it wasn't anything that bothered me. So don't worry about it. Hi, Midwest Mobsters. How are you? Let's see. Sean, Chad D. Uh, let's see. Angel, I thought you showed real class by giving your best to FBS regarding his mother. Listen, that's not even a matter of class. Uh, when when my dog died last week, FBS sent me a text, and you could tell he genuinely meant it, and I just just responded the way I don't know, somebody with a heart would respond, Marla.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean,
all the other stuff that is kind of irrelevant when it comes to something as serious as someone's mother
uh,
not doing well health wise.
exactly. All this YouTube shit is shit. It's just nonsense when it comes down to losing somebody that you love, whether it's an animal or whether it's your parent or anyone, your friend, whatever it is. And he is going through something right now that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. My worst enemy was John A. Light, and when his daughter died, I did uh, put up a post and gave my condolences to him and his family. So I don't think A Light would ever do that back, but it doesn't matter. I'm the better person than John A. Light is. But whatever, it's the right thing to do, is what I'm trying to say. It's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And I couldn't sleep last night because I felt so bad for him for FBS. I felt really, really bad. I mean, he was crying. And I just want to say this. Last night when Leaf Cole first said it, I didn't believe it. And I was a little annoyed at Lee, like, why are you saying something that's on someone else's channel? But and then I got a text, and they said that this is true. His mom is dying. And I felt so bad. I felt really bad, and I felt really sad. And I text him, and he texted me right back. And he was live at the time, and he texted me right back, and he said that he appreciated it, and whatever. This YouTube nonsense is just nonsense. So he his mom is dying. She doesn't have long. He is devastated. He's very close to her. And see, uh, like, he has this time now where he can do some things with her, before this day. Maybe it's longer. Maybe he'll get, like a longer time with her, and hopefully he makes the most of that, which I believe he will. I believe that he will. You know, when my father was in prison, I had this conversation with Lee Cole today. Um, when my father was in prison, my father suffered. Rob Rosso. My father suffered like a dog. And whenever my father had his surgeries or his chemo or whatever, he was alone. He didn't have any family around him. So, and that always broke my heart. That always bothered me so much, that my dad was just alone. That's it. He was going to wake up from surgery to strangers. He was going to open up his eyes, and no one from his family was going to be there. It was going to be a stranger. And and that really broke my heart. So, FBS, you have this time with your mom, and I know you're going to make the best of it. And the one thing that you have to do is you have to be strong. That's what you told me when Chanel died. And that's what I told you last night. You have to be strong. There is no time to be, um, I don't want to use the word weak, because you can't you can't go back to the past. You can't go back to anything like that. You have to be strong, and you do the best that you can do for your mom right now. And that's it. And I mean that. As much as I've hated you in the past, I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart, because it sucks losing people that you've loved your whole life. So that's what I'm going to say about FBS. And everybody, the right thing to do is the right thing to do, no matter what's gone on in the past, the right thing to do is to you know what's the word I'm looking for, Marla?
Let sleeping dogs lie, and respect his privacy and everything moving forward. And doctors aren't always right, so keep that in mind. And I'd say, for those who believe in it, pray, because it does work.
See, that's the thing. He doesn't believe in it. He
But
doesn't
it's not
believe in
about. I
God.
mean, everybody who does can. And like I said, doctors aren't always right, and we're kind of hoping that they're not in this situation. Um,
Hopefully, he does get some kind of a miracle, and then maybe he'll
yeah,
believe in God, right?
yeah. I mean, if anybody can do it, he can. So
But I listen. I wish him the best. That's all I'm gonna say. I wish him the best. I'm sure you do too.
yeah, keep your head up.
Is that the real stand-up guy or no?
Let me check.
Uh, Chad says, and Convict Inc. is nothing but a lying piece of crap, saying that your dad was crying after he got beat up in prison. Not true. And you tried helping that piece of shit. We're going to talk about Convict Inc. Yes, we are. We are going to talk about him. Let me just see if I missed anybody. Steve. Okay. Bucky Thornblade. Okay.
I don't believe so. It's only 7 subscribers. Does he have a
Well,
bigger?
yeah, stand-up guy has a wrench.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so then that's not the right stand-up guy. Okay.
All right.
I didn't think it was. Yeah, exactly. You only have one mom. I'd give an arm and a leg to have 10 more minutes with my mom. Listen, I'd give both my legs to have 10 minutes with my brother. So, let's see. The Lourdes water, St. Bernadette, helped my mother through stage 4 very aggressive cancer. Doc gave her 30 days, if that. Oh, wow. She'll be 88 October 27th. Just a thought. Really, Colleen? That's right. Your mom has the same birthday as my father. Look at that. They
Yeah.
helped my mother through stage 4 very aggressive cancer. They gave her 30 days, if that. I'm telling you, I don't know if FBS, if you're listening to this, or somebody can go back and tell you, please buy your mom the black fermented garlic. Please get that for her. Let her eat like 4 of them a day. They say it does wonders. Yeah, exactly, Mustang Mike. Nobody can prepare you losing a loved one. Boston Jay, he had to say goodbye to her over the phone. I don't know who you're talking about. Your mom? Hi, BK Salcrook. Are you talking about your mom? And Angel, yes, it does suck to lose people you love. I feel bad for him. So do I. Yeah, I think most of us do, Bucky. Listen, I believe in God. I believe in my Saint Anthony. I meant to say I love Saint Anthony. I love, and I believe that praying helps. I believe it. See, Dubs knows because he lost his mom. I wouldn't have traded all the time spent with my mom for anything. She's my guardian angel. Now she's been making sure my sister lost everything she's done to me. What? Now she's been making sure my sister lost everything she's done to me? I don't know what that means, Dubs. Hi, Robert. How are you? Whiskey Wednesdays. Hi, Steve. How are you? Yeah, the stand-up guy was a fake. Okay. Teresa says, be respectful to the family of the FBS, for it's a tough time. And the time is now for him to make peace with maybe a higher being for his mom. I'm not going to tell anybody. Like, I will never shove religion down somebody's throat. And neither will I with politics either. Ooh, speaking of politics, look at this.
Oh, I know what you're going to show. I know what you're going to show. Get it out your system.
I got to get it out my system. Look at this. Somebody has a mug shot. Ooh, that don't look too happy. He don't look very happy there. Giuliani is accused of spearheading Trump's efforts to compel state lawmakers in Georgia and other closely contested races to illegally appoint electoral college electors favorable to Trump. That Giuliani, that's not a nice mugshot. Look at the difference. Look at the difference, Giuliani.
I swear she gonna have us on a watch list or something.
Oops.
You are making fun of America's
Hello.
favorite mayor.
Hello. Oh, well. Let's go down. Oh, look, Boston J says, Lourdes France Angel, my dad has that same holy water. Oh, this is holy water? Really? Hi, Vinny B. So you're talking about holy water. Where do you get that? Where do you get it and what do you do with it? Because I will send it to FBS's house. Let's see. I believe that San Gennaro can make miracles come true. I believe St. Anthony makes miracles come true. Dragon says, when my father passed, it hurt worse than anything I have ever been through. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Lee Cole, we're going to do Marla. Lee Cole wants to interview me for the Patreon and ask me questions that nobody has ever asked before. And we were talking about certain things today. And I told him, okay. Oh, I thought you were going to feel terrible. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second, Marla, okay? Hold on. All right.
Hold on, you guys. I see an asshole in the chat. I think I need to take care of him unless somebody else got him. Oh, no worries. You guys got him. Good job. All right, let me go up.
Okay, so somebody thought we were going on at 10 o'clock. So she was just texting me. Perry says, I didn't get to say goodbye to my mom. She passed at 4:30 in the morning. 4:30 a.m. in the hospital. Was supposed to get a new chemo port put in the morning. She passed. I'm sorry, Dubs. I'm sorry. Angel, I had to say goodbye to my mom over the phone. I wear a matching St. Michael's medal as my dad, a symbol of our bond and unconditional love. Oh, wow. I'm sorry, Boston J. Johnny True Love says, I knew you were going to post that. What are you talking about? Oh, could it be this?
We all knew that one.
You all knew that was coming?
We knew that was coming.
Yeah, he looks smug and angry. Yes, he does. But not him. He looked like he was happy. He was going to a party at prison. Actually, a lot of people say he really liked prison. Let's see. But you know what? It's not even something to joke about because he really did suffer. Ooh. Oh, ask your priest for holy water. Why not just get what that other water is? What was it called? St. Lourdes? St. Lourdes? What was that called again?
Something to that effect.
Okay.
That was the first time I'd ever seen or heard of it.
She named my uncle after Saint. Oh, my grandmother always prayed to Saint Anthony as well. She named my uncle after Saint Anthony. Yeah, that's my saint. I love Saint Anthony. My mother passed at 29. I still can't believe my father raised me and my siblings by himself. My mother was the only one of her 10 siblings to not 10 siblings to not to have a child get on drugs. Oh, wow, you're kidding. So your father did a really good job. Okay. Yeah, I know. A lot of people are saying that because we were supposed to do an interview and then something happened once again. So I just said, instead of waiting till 10 o'clock, let's just go on early. And Mahler agreed. Hi, hey, liberal candy ass. Oh, I can't with that picture. Good evening, ladies. Prayer delights God's ear. Oh, pray delights God's ear. It melts his heart. I agree. Teresa Murphy said I had to say goodbye to my mom in the hospital. They didn't even want us to go in the room. That's sad. I'm sorry. What's this? Angel, my sister is evil. I don't know what that means. I sent around when I took care of my mom. Comes around after has me locked up 5 times and cops caught onto her scheme and dropped the charges. She lost every time. I see what you're saying. Okay. Well, good for you, Dubs. Okay. Lourdes water? St. Bernadette? Millions go to the spring. Okay. I have to look that up.
Oh, she says it has nothing to do with holy water, though.
Oh, it's not?
Yeah,
Oh,
at the bottom, yeah, she says it has nothing to do with.
oh, okay.
holy
I'm going to
water.
look that up. Can you get it on Amazon?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. J'adore mi amor. My mom and I sang a hymn to my grandpa the afternoon he passed. That was 3 years ago. It still hurts. I was his partner in crime. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Angel, you get the holy water and drink a small amount every day. If you pray when you. I don't know if I would drink holy water every day. Absolutely, says Marla, also known as driving Miss Angel. What did you think about that, Marla?
Where you want to go, Angel? Where you want to go?
Yeah. Jason, do you like chocolate strawberries? I run a little chocolate business and I love turning chocolate into art. I hope you are doing well. I love your voice. Thank you so much, Jason. I like sugar free. I'm not really a big sugar person, but do you have sugar free? And no maltitol because that stuff is bad. Hi, Tommy, real deal. Hi, Jennifer. Okay, good. Thank you, Colleen. That's good. All right, very good. Jennifer says we couldn't see my mother-in-law in hospice during COVID and she died alone. Yeah, my niece's father-in-law did as well. I know so many people who died during that time and they had to die alone. Dwena says, is it true Lee Cole's YouTube security took pizza down? I don't think so because Lee would have told me. He never struck pizza. Let's see. I just missed my mom by minutes when I got the call. I walked in the house and her coffee was still warm in her cup. Her energy was still there, but she was gone. I was lost. I'm sorry, Jane. This turned like very depressing.
Depressing.
Oh my God. All right.
Glad I took that gummy.
Let's get to what's his face? Let's get to
I was going to tell you to do that. I love when you do that before you go wild.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Rob Rosso now. Rob Rosso, you're a liar. And you lied. Okay. First of all, you lied about me. Did you even listen to what was said, or did you just believe the trolls in your chat? Because I never said anything bad about you. What I did say was that I was worried. I said that I would hope that you would end up in prison instead of dead, instead of dying. That's what I said because I was worried about you. Let me tell you something, Rob Rosso. I was nothing but nice to you. You lied. You know what he did, Marla?
What now?
Okay. He read text messages from me to him, from him and I. And but I'm going to show those text messages because you tell me what it was that was so wrong in this text message. Text message, okay? Angel, send me Tony's number, please. I guess he meant number. I sent him Tony Silo's number, right?
Yeah.
So then he says, I'll get it on this one. Angel, please tell me what Yo is background was. I feel bad. I have never followed him, and please don't tell him that. Anyway, please tell me about him. I want to know if I can really trust him to say some personal stuff is very, very personal because there are some things I can't tell anybody, but I just don't trust anybody. This is my response. Robert, I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't know him that long. I do like him a lot. I think when it comes to all this addiction and recovery, you can trust him because he lost a son to it and he's very passionate about it. He said, "Thank you, Angel. This is between us. I appreciate the answer." Well, Robert, it really wasn't between us, was it? Because you read it out loud. Like you asked me, you know what he's saying? He's saying he's using the excuse that he didn't call Tony Silo because of my text message to him. Tell me where this I said anything bad.
I don't see anything bad. I'm having a hard time reading his responses. Does he talk to Tex or something?
I don't know what he does, but he said um that he did not reach out to Tony Silo because of my answer to him. First of all, to me it sounds like you're just using an excuse, okay? Um let me tell you this, Rob. You said something you lied as a matter of fact, but you said that you know what, let's just hear what he has to say. I'm going to play it and then I'll tell you my answer to that. Let me get it, hold on, because I think he has a lot of nerve. Let me see. Okay.
There are 2,700 robocalls
Oh, come
made
on.
every second.
Hold on, I got to get past the commercial. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
I should have played him first and then put those text message up. Oh, here we go.
So, I don't care if nobody paid attention. My point was served. I did what I set out to do. So let's not get it confused. But you guys so hell-bent on the fact that somebody can come out and dare expose somebody on the Gotti panel that they wouldn't kiss the ring first. try to criticize me. Angel, you broke my fucking heart when you said what you did about he's going to be. I hope he's not back in prison. What do you mean you hope?
That broke his heart. First of all, that's not what I said. But if I did say that, that broke your heart, that you hope he's not back. I said, I hope he's not back in prison. Where does that break your heart? Do you get it, Marla?
That doesn't, I don't understand. Is this, in what context is he talking in? I don't understand why that would be a.
I don't know.
Bad
But
thing?
let's go back. Let's go on.
It was an accident, Angel. I did not call you. I swear to God, if I would have thought for 2 minutes, I would have called you out of respect. But by the way, I'm going to read something right now, which caused me not to contact Tony Silo.
So he's saying what I said to him about Tony Silo caused him not to call him.
By yours truly, Angel Gotti. You're the reason I stopped really wanting to push for Tony Silo, Angel. You did it. And you have not vented him. You have vetted him. If there's a receipt about the military, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, there is a receipt about the military. You said he was stolen valor. There is a receipt. He has a DD 214. We showed it last night. But go ahead, Rob.
To the people. You guys all, Tony Stolen Valor Silo, fake name Silo. Show people. You can do that in 5 seconds. Look it. Go read my comment
And we did it, Rob.
section if you want to know how to prove it for the military. And if you are, God bless you. If you're not, get off the internet. And quit pretending to be somebody you're not, period. It's that simple. Angel, this is what you told me, okay? This is what I did not want to do. And I was going to leave any stories about your dad alone. I don't care. I was being respectful to you. I don't care about John Gotti. I don't care about how many women he screwed behind on your mother. How many affairs did he have?
That's
not right. That's
exactly.
That's just being trashy.
Oh wait, yeah, the bitch boy gets better. Hold on.
I know two. I know their names. Mark Rader told me.
I told Convict Inc. that Mark Ryder and my father were not best friends. Like, Convict Inc. keeps insisting that my father and Mark Ryder were best friends. Convict Inc. He was very close with my uncles, not my father. I don't know how many times I have to tell you that. He was not good friends with my father. It was my uncles. But go ahead.
So, I mean, do you want to... Why would you...
So if Mark Ryder did tell you something like that,
I have no idea.
So if Mark Ryder told you something like that, which I doubt he did, so if he did tell you that, you just ratted on him, you're a rat. But we'll get to it.
I swear to God, what you're thinking. All you did, and what did you do?
Shh. Oh, hold on. Okay.
Hold on, guys.
He's looking for my text message. Come on, it's the last text message that text exchange that we ever had. It can't be that hard to find.
Okay. Yeah, that was something important. Something very important. Okay. Okay, where is it? And by the way, Rob, okay, this is what the last thing. Rob, I see you're going to do a show about Tony Silo. He is trying to call you and you're not answering him. Can you please just answer him before you do this? I don't answer the phone like that. My ringer's off most of the time. I didn't disrespect Tony. I wasn't avoiding Tony and I wasn't avoiding you, Angel. I swear to God I wasn't. I swear.
It's not that big of a deal. It's like not a big deal that I text him that and you never answered me. It's not that big of a deal, Rob. Only you made it a big deal.
But rather than do what you did and you guys always go back. You're the lowest forms, all you guys. Okay? Lowest forms. Okay, hold on. I'll get there in a second. Okay, this is such bullshit.
I didn't even do anything to this man. Do you believe this?
I can't.
I
Wow.
did nothing to this man.
You know what? Okay. Watch this. Tony Silo, pay attention what Angel Gotti said about you.
Look what a rat he
Please
is.
tell me what Tony's background is. I feel bad. I've never followed him, and please don't tell him that. Anyway, please tell me about him, and I want to know if I can really trust him to say some really personal, very, very personal stuff. Because there are some things I can't tell anybody, but I just don't trust anybody. Imagine that. Imagine that. I was looking for somebody I can trust to talk to, right? About certain things in my life. Robert, I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't know him that long. I do like him a lot. I think that when it comes to all this addiction and recovery, you can trust him because he has lost a son to it and he's very passionate about it. Thank you, Angel. This is between us. I appreciate it. Anytime. Point. Don't know much about him. Do you know if he's stolen valor, Angel?
Yes, Rob, I do know because he showed me his paperwork and we had an attorney on here who looked at the paperwork first. And yes, he does have paperwork, a DD 214 that we showed. But maybe you would have known that if you did pick up the phone and call him. Oh, and thanks for keeping that between us.
And if you do not know and you do not see anything, why then did you have to snipe at me? Because that's what you did. That's what you did to me, Angel. This whole shit about, I hope he's not going to be back in prison. Why do you guys always want to wish me back to prison?
That's not what I said. What I said was, I'd hope you end up in prison instead of dead. That's what I said. But I didn't even use the dead. I said, I think I said something about, I'd hope you end up in prison instead of the alternative. That's what I said. Is that something really bad, Marla?
No, I was about to say, I think that's what you said. It was something more to that effect
Right.
versus the alternative. Yeah.
Exactly. Versus the alternative. Exactly.
Why do you guys always want to wish me back to prison? That you want to help me and you want to see me succeed. Phony, fake motherfuckers. All of you. Now, I will say this before I go any further. Lee Cole, I did not call you a chomo. I insinuated that you look like one. And this is the apology I'm going to give to Lee Cole. This is the truth. Lee has grandchildren. Okay? If I would have thought about that, I would have never said that. The Amber Alert thing was funny. It just you guys saw what happened.
Yeah, it's real funny. When Rob, when everybody on the other side was calling you a chomo because you sat at a table with them, who defended you, Rob? We did. We defended you. But whatever.
But he does have grandchildren, and out of respect for his grandchildren, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done that. And that's the truth.
But you did do it.
It's like FBS. When I talk shit about his kid or the daughter or whatever, the cash, whatever, I realize I'm not father of the year, so I apologize. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. But
truthfully, you're not the friend of the year either, so you should apologize. Now, I'm going to tell you this, Rob Rosso. I don't even know where the part that you said about my father is, because I was just told to go to 21 minutes is where you started talking about me. I didn't find out until we were ready to come on here that you said some stuff about my father crying. Let me tell you this. First of all, you when you needed help, when you were desperate for help, I didn't know you very well, but I still asked Primo to help you, and he did. And you thanked me. You came on here and you thanked me so many times and said that because of me, I saved you. I saved your house. I saved whatever. You were in way over your head with bills, and you were afraid you were going to lose your home. You were losing everything. I didn't really know you. I just felt so bad for you. I felt horrible for you. It was bothering me all night. I couldn't even, I kept thinking to myself, oh my God, this poor man, he's going to lose his house. He's going to lose everything. I got in touch with Primo and asked him to help you. I didn't know you that well. I didn't know you that long, I should say. And I didn't know you as well as I know Tony Silo today. How's that? And Primo helped you. So you have some damn nerve to go after me over whatever it is. I don't know if somebody told you that, but you're lying or they're lying because I never attacked you. Now we're going to get to the part about my father, okay? My father was tortured in prison by the government. Tortured, okay? My brother John tried to get him help and contacted Amnesty International. And I read my brother John's letter on here 2 times already, where my brother was begging Amnesty International to go back to the prison or to at least look into the conditions, because Amnesty International went to the prison, you fucking moron. Went to the prison and my father refused the visit. He didn't want any help from anybody. He suffered like a dog. Okay? Now, if you would have known, if you would have paid attention, you would have known that the reason you said you didn't understand what went on between MRE and me, MRE's one of his reasons that he was playing games and ignoring me and mad at me was because I went on FBS's show a few months ago and Chris Casparosa came on. Chris Casparosa told everyone, including Jeff Nadeau, that he interviewed someone who this government alleges is the head of the Aryan Brotherhood. He was in Marion with my father at that time. Now he's in California, and I believe he's about to go on trial or something like that, whatever. But Chris Casparosa has that interview, and he told everyone that what you said about the Aryan Brotherhood and my father is nothing but a bunch of bullshit lies. So you are lying. It never happened. And you know what? That kind of cost me a little friendship with MRE because according to him, that's why he was really mad at Angela and I, because we went on FBS's show and made him money. But you know what? Even my best friend was mad at me. A whole bunch of people were mad at me. You know what? I didn't give a flying fuck because it finally came out that the lies that people like you told about my father and the Aryan Brotherhood were just that, nothing but bullshit lies. And you know what? James Proctor helped you, Lee Cole helped you, and I helped you. And you put a knife in the back of the people who helped you, especially me. I helped you. You were carrying on and on about what I did. But how's this, Rob? You're mad at Lee because he wouldn't take the video down because you were worried about parole. How about the way you're behaving right now with the videos that you've been doing? You're not worried about that, the way that you're behaving right now? Let me tell you something, people. He is not the first person on this YouTube garbage that I've helped and that has stabbed me in the back. He's not the first. But the fact that I went to this man and asked him, Primo, can you please help him? You know what? My hand should have fell off that day so that I couldn't make that email. Because that's what you do to people, Rob Rosso. That's what you do to people. You stab them in the back. And you rat on people too. Hold on.
I know it hurts, Angel, but it's
not so much that it hurts. Like I just never learned my lesson. Like I feel so bad for people and I want to help them and I'm sitting there, and I felt so bad for him that my head was spinning like, oh my God, how can I help this guy? How can I help this guy? And then finally it hit me and I'm like, oh shoot. I remember a few shows before Primo came on the panel and he was offering to help. I believe it was Josie. I believe he was offering to help Josie with something. So it hit me. It was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh, shoot, Primo. And then I waited till the next day and I contacted him and he helped him. And Rob came on here and was gushing crazy. But now because somebody told him that I said, I hope he ends up in prison or I hope he doesn't end up in prison, that you stabbed me in the back like that and you make up lies about my father? That's a bitch rat move. Okay, Angel Boulevard's over. I want to say this too. Tommy Real Deal told me that Gunsmoke said that I blocked him. No, Gunsmoke, I didn't block you. Neither did anybody else. You are not in the block box. Nobody blocked you. And that is the end of Angel Boulevard, hopefully.
What I'm like, I don't know. What I meant was it's hurtful. I mean, I feel like it hurts, but it's also hurtful when you stick your neck out for somebody and they just don't know how to do, I don't know, man. I feel bad for the guy, but at the same time, I feel the more I listen to him talk, I feel like there's like a lack of accountability, to be honest with you.
He's making excuses for not reaching out to Tony Silo when Tony Silo did reach out to him because she showed me the text messages. I saw the text messages. Silo did reach out to him. So now all of a sudden from Silo, didn't call me. Now it's like, well, I didn't call you because of what Angel said. What the hell did I say that was wrong? That was so wrong.
Well, it sounded like he was trying to say that you didn't know him well enough.
I didn't know Rob well enough either, but I still reached out and helped him with Primo. Primo didn't turn around and say that to me.
Exactly. Well, it's not just that. He came on here and talked to Tony for a straight 45 minutes. The whole stolen valor thing I don't understand. It sounded like he was trying to make it sound like he was trying to like figure out who he was, and he was trying to verify him through you, and you were basically saying I haven't known him long, but he's passionate about
Yeah,
this
but I like him a
situation.
lot. That's what I
Exactly.
said. I don't know him a long time, but I like him a lot.
But it sounded like he's trying to make it out like you didn't know him, and that's why he didn't get in contact with him. Is that the gist of what he was trying to say? Because that's what I got from it, that you basically didn't know Tony well, so he didn't want to.
Yeah, but I said I don't know him that long. But I
But
like him a lot.
But what I don't, but then he brought up the stolen valor thing, but it's just like, well, wait a minute. First of all, you're not talking about it. You're not talking about anything military wise. So I don't know what the stolen valor thing has to do. This is another individual who is taking time out of his day to sit and help you through yours. What does that have to do with anything? That's what I didn't get. And he had already talked to Tony to some degree for 45 minutes straight on here. Like they had already kind of had a talk. So what, didn't he vent him? What was the purpose of telling him all that stuff? Was that not his way of venting him, or was he just venting in general? I don't know. Vetting. I mean, he opened up to everybody on here, including Tony, because Tony was on the panel that night, and Tony were going back and forth. So he had a conversation with him already. I'm not understanding his position by, talking to you about him. He had already spoke with him before, is what I'm saying. He talked to Tony on here before. And if he wanted to get, he'd already talked to him on here.
Exactly. You spoke to him publicly. You two were talking about things publicly.
45 minutes straight, if not longer.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we both fell asleep. They were talking so long. It was like, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and they had a really good talk. Tony Silo didn't text me or call me the next day and say, what do you know about this, Rob? No, he didn't do that. The guy was willing to stick his neck out. He wants to help you. He wasn't asking you for your goddamn social security number. He was trying to help you. I mean, this is ridiculous. The guy wanted to help you. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to sit on here with you for as long as he did that night. He didn't have to get your phone number. He didn't have to, try to help you. He didn't have to do any of that, but he did. And your excuse is, you didn't know him long enough. Are you kidding me?
And Steve just said he was here that night. So, this is not something we're pulling out of our ass. Most of the people that are here tonight was there the night that he had that long and him and Tony were just going back and forth, and you could tell by their conversation they kind of had that, at least Tony had an understanding of where he was coming from, and he had a genuine interest to help. So I don't understand why anything else about him, why anything else would matter. Somebody's willing to help you, accept the help, especially if you're in a position where you need it. I don't understand where this is. It just sounds like there's a lack of accountability, and he's lashing out at everybody, particularly people who went out of their way to help him, which is kind of, this is no good. I don't understand. That doesn't make sense. Like, what's really going on? Because it's got to be something else. He comes off so logical at times and so relatable at times, but right now it's kind of like, something's not right. Something's not right. He's got to be, I don't want to say he's doing something, because I don't know that, and that's not a rumor you want to start, but it just doesn't seem like, I don't know, something else is going on under the surface. Nobody knows.
Something's wrong, because what the hell did I do? I didn't even do anything to you that you would stab me in the back like that. I didn't do or say anything about you, anything bad. I was worried about him. And, they were all taking bets, how long before he goes back to prison. I thought, and I said, I hope that never happened. I would hope that he would end up in prison before the alternative, which was death. What's so wrong about that?
I mean, dude, nobody's trying to see anything bad happen to you. I don't know where all this anger is coming from.
Exactly.
It's like there's a lot of anger for no reason. It's just like nobody on here has done it. I mean, you know, for the most part, I mean, not trolls. We can't control them. Hell, they come at us. So it's like, I don't know. It just seems like there's something else going on right now that he's just, and I just hope he gets better, because this isn't right. I mean, you're taking shots at people who were, and I'm personally, that shit with her, you know, her mom and dad, and then talking bad about her dad. I don't understand why that's y'all's go to. I really don't understand it. You wouldn't want nobody taking shots at you wouldn't want nobody taking shots at your parents. Okay, their business is their business. It's not. You're not a factor in that equation. Stay out of it.
Did I come on here and say anything about, you know, the rumors I heard about him in his marriage? No, not at all, because I would never do that. But for some reason, every goddamn person on here who gets mad at Angel goes after her father, her brother, her mother, her son, her daughter. Every fucking one of these people, they get a feather up their ass and they go after my family members. Hello, Lisa.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm late. I had a feather up my ass.
Oh my God.
I'm not kidding. I don't understand it. I've never done this to anybody. If I'm mad at you, I'm mad at you. I'm not going to come on here and start trashing your mother, your father, and your kids. I won't ever do that.
Angel yelled at me a couple times today.
Yes, I did.
I started crying.
No,
I like kind of went into seclusion, went in my room, went in the corner. I cried. I said,
No,
"Why,
you did
Angel?
not.
Why?"
No, you did not.
What gets me is like he's doing these shows, and I was confronted by
Cole. He said that my father got beat up and was crying in the prison. He was crying.
Okay, first of all, if your dad got beat up, he would take his. See, there's like 5 stories on that, and nobody knows which one the story is.
No, well, Chris Rosso did an interview with what the government calls the alleged head of the Aryan Brotherhood, and he said it's absolute bullshit that never happened.
Yep.
And also, the former head of the Latin Kings was in Marion at that time as well, and said it's absolutely bullshit. So go ahead.
Boy, I didn't realize you've been on an hour already. You've been on Angel Boulevard for an hour?
Well, no, honestly, it was we just played the Rob Ross, you know, what he said and, you know, reading of the text messages and stuff. And it's just like, he's got a lot of anger for no reason. And the way he's coming at Angel, you, James.
No, I don't care about me. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I don't care about me. A lot of people come at me. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. If he wants to lie about me and tell people that I'm a drug mule now, whatever he's saying, that's fine. But the fact of the matter is 2 people that treated him good. One, Angel helped him immensely financially, and so did James. When nobody talked to him in prison, James was there for him. James called him. James wrote a letter to the judge, and because of James, he probably got out of prison. And then Angel helped him get a very big loan.
A huge loan.
Yes. And you're talking about people that, look, okay, me, I'm a little schmuck. Let him say what he wants to say about me, because I could be a prick sometimes. I understand that. But, you know, these 2 people really helped him out financially. That's what I don't get. It's like, and then he'll hear this and he'll come on, he'll make up excuses. Why? You know,
what did I say? I never said anything bad about him. I didn't say anything that night. All I said was I would hope that he would end up in prison instead of dying.
Hey, if you're going to dish it out, you got to take it back. And that's what, he dished it out to us. We gave it back. He dished it out. End of story. Let's move on. But the fact of the matter is now he wants to hurt the people that, something, when you start reading emails that people gave you, personal emails, there's a big problem with that. When you start talking about text message, reading who does that? What kind of man reads messages to people that he doesn't even know? He has a bunch of trolls in his chat room that he's reading to. And so he's betraying the people that helped him for trolls.
But imagine saying, thank you, this will just stay between us. I never showed it to anyone. I never told anybody about it. I never even told Tony Silo. He asked me not to say anything. I didn't. But you come on and you read it, and then you act like a little stoolie when you say, Tony Silo, pay attention. Look what she said about you. What was so bad about it?
But that's the thing. Yeah, you didn't even say anything bad. So what was the point?
Why would you do something like that? Like, are you kidding me?
He'll make up. It doesn't matter what we say here. He'll have an answer for it because he's in that position in his life. I'm not going to say what position. But come on, people. We can figure it out.
Just so wrong. Really wrong.
Yeah.
They say no good deed goes unpunished.
No, you're right. You're so right. Because it feels like any time I do something for someone and they get a little tickle in their rear end, it's Angel's father this, Angel's sister that, her daughter, her son, her this, her that. It never fails. It's always it's every single time.
I've been getting a tickle in my butt every day.
Yeah.
Angel, I like when you start.
That's not a tickle.
I like when you start talking about. I like when you start talking about tickling butts.
Yeah, take the thong off, and it won't bother your rear end.
I haven't lost that much weight. I'll stick with the boxers. Okay.
Hi, Susie. Yeah, it's just like I was so surprised to hear that he went after you, Angel. He went after me. What the hell is he going after me for? What did I do? And he read your text message. He read my text message. What text message? The last one I sent him was something about Rob, Tony Silo is trying to call you. You're going to do a show about him. Why don't you speak to him first before you do it? I'm like, what the hell is that? So what? What's the big deal about that? And then they were like, no, it was something about him asking you if you trust Silo or not. So I said, trust Silo. Wait, I had to go back and look. I said, what's so wrong with what I said? I didn't say anything bad.
No, you didn't. No. Just when people have really messed up lives, they want to blame others. It's like I said, Angel, blame me. I'm a CS. People know that. But you're not, and neither is James Proctor.
Yeah, it's sad. It really is. And James Proctor is one of the nicest people that I've ever met. I mean, he really is such a nice man. He can't do enough for you. He can't do enough for me. He's so sweet. Why would you go after him? He tried to help you too. He sent you money.
How about the letter to the judge that got him free? How about that?
Oh my God.
It was a wonderful letter. And even Convict Inc. admitted that letter most likely got him set out.
Oh, wow. Why would you act this way? For what reason? Angel, your heart is too big to waste on people you don't know. You always get kicked in the ass. Thank you, Angela. You're 100% right. 100%
Thank you, Angela.
Right.
You're 110% right. See, I gave you 10 more percent than Angel.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Rob is a rat for reading those private texts between him and Angel. They weren't even juicy. There was nothing. I mean, it was so silly. I just don't understand. Like, why are you going after my family? You're mad at me. Go after me.
I got the juicy text from Angel. Okay?
Yeah.
You got to read some of them damn things.
Oh, God.
The way she talks about Marla in those texts to me, it's horrible. Horrible.
She says it to me. What are you talking about?
Shane says, I don't know if he's a rat, but only a fool would have anything to do with him and expect him to keep his mouth shut. Well,
okay, Bucky, once you read somebody's personal to strangers, somebody sent you emails. Once you read that, that is a rat move. Once you read text on a phone, that's a rat move. That's a rat move. That tells you everything about a human being.
why is there a fake stand-up guy in here?
Stand-up
guy has a wrench.
We got rid of him.
Oh, okay. Because I see him. He's back.
Yeah, he came back and then we had to do it again.
Oh, okay.
Well, because the mob rat hunter guy was here. We get rid of him. I don't know how many times. He just.
You know what I have to
say?
You know what I know. I'm sorry. You know what I find really strange lately?
What?
James Proctor keeps putting up pictures of his hot wife, but different ones. He used to only have one up, but now he changes it on the regular basis.
He's showing off his wife. His wife is beautiful.
I know. That's not right.
You could have a beautiful wife too, Lee, if you would just pipe down.
No, I'll settle for an ugly wife. No, I don't want no wife. No way. Hell no.
Yes, you do.
I don't have a problem with Gunsmoke. I just don't like when he attacks my friends. But other than that, I don't have a problem with him.
He's like a lost gazelle amongst lions.
Who?
Gunsmoke. He's a gazelle amongst lions. Zio said, Lee is a lonely man.
Oh, Zio's here?
If that's him.
That's if it's him.
But he must know me. He said I'm a lonely man, so he has to figure it out.
It's him.
Really?
Hey, Johnny True Love, you gotta wait a minute, Angel.
For the drama, Zio? Are you here for the drama? He said that I loved the drama. Yeah, you're right, Zio. I love coming up here and having to defend my whole fucking family to a bunch of losers. But go ahead, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry I cursed, but you know what? When you defend your family against these people, you're the drama queen. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. When you defend your friend, like I did for the past year, and got torched by all sides for defending that. What was that? Was that drama, Zio? I'm just curious. Was that drama? Defending MRE, was it drama?
No, because it fit their narrative.
And Zio, do you notice you come into this chat and you don't get attacked? But if any of us went into any of those other chats, we would get viciously attacked.
I would not let anybody attack him here.
Well, that's the difference.
I always liked Zio. It's very sad what happened, but I always liked him. But whatever. He said I'm a drama queen. James said this guy manipulates everybody. He likes to hear himself talk. He knows the words to say, but it's all manipulation. The guy is a loser. What a shame. And what he did to Angel and what he did to you too, James. I didn't do a damn thing to him.
I enjoy when they do it to me.
I know this. I just want to tell everybody, this man is a whack job. First, let me read Steve. Exactly, Angel. Tony was trying to help him. So was everyone in the chat. Exactly, Steve. You were here that night. Everybody was trying to help him. But let me tell you something about Lee Cole. Lee Cole is the only person I know who, when people go after him, he gets so happy.
Hey, listen, it's like they say,
he gets happy.
Angel, if they're not talking about you, that means you're not doing anything. Does any of these people know?
It's one thing to talk about you, it's another thing to talk about your family.
Yeah, exactly. And Angel, all these people, they do this talking and stuff. But if anybody watched Dominic Ciccali today, what did Dominic Ciccali said? Dominic Ciccali got disowned by Sammy Gravano. Why, Angel? You heard it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is a scoop. Dominic Ciccali got canned by Gravano because of Lee Cole. He hates Lee Cole. Listen, all you bozos, all you rat hunters and all you rat haters and all you rat exposers. Gravano hates Lee Cole. He doesn't know about any of you except for Lee Cole. Lee Cole with a passion.
Yes, Lee Cole and Mikey Scar.
I heard it with my own ears, so Lee Cole's not lying. I heard the recording with my own ears.
What did you do, Lee?
Call me a flip-flopper, people and stuff, but they hate me a whole lot, don't they? I wear a badge of honor that Sammy Gravano knows who I am and he hates my guts. That's the biggest badge of honor. I don't care what trolls say to him. I don't care what anybody says on here. When I first came on here, the first reason, Angel, you remember why I told you I first came on here, why I did?
Yeah, it was because of Gravano.
I remember when I was growing up in New York in the 80s and 90s, Sammy Gravano was on, in the late 80s and 90s, actually. Sammy Gravano was on the front page of every newspaper as a rat. He was like the most disgraced human being that ever lived. And now we got all these people on here
paying homage to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why I started. I was like, why are these people doing this with him? Hey, people, I've never flip-flopped with Sammy Gravano. Never, ever. Never will to either.
But that was something. He hates Lee Cole.
And
Ciccali actually said those words because of Lee Cole. He got mad at me because of Lee Cole. He hates Lee Cole. And then the other person said to him, wait, what? Lee Cole? Yeah, he hates Lee Cole. So, whatever. He doesn't know any of you exist because, truthfully, everybody, all the rat hunters forgot about Sammy Gravano.
None of them are hunting rats no more.
They all do hashtag Alan Kaiser.
Yeah. None of these guys are going after rats no more. They're going after content makers.
Creators, exactly.
All these guys that used to go after these rats, they're worried about who I have on my show, whether Tony Silo's a fraud, but they forgot all about the people that we were originally in here for. They forgot all about them.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I haven't heard John A-Light's name mentioned, Jimmy Calandra's name mentioned. None of those names. You remember when we used to all be together and we used to all take care of, but everybody has to be worried about who's doing what in here.
Yeah.
When I platform somebody, I know what I'm doing.
Maybe there's a method to your madness, Lee.
There absolutely is, 100%.
Sure, there's a method to this man's madness. Maybe we've all been underestimating you. I really think he's on to something here. You're on some Vince McMahon shit.
Hey, Zio, I don't give a shit what you think, man. I have no respect for you until you show me your face. You could talk all you want, Zio, but you're just a faceless punk. That's all you are. When you show your face, then you could tell me how bad I am. I don't even know who you are. Maybe you're a rat. Maybe you're one of the informants. It's easy to be a tough guy when your face is covered up, Zio. So you go right ahead and be that tough guy. Okay, Nate, there. Now go do a show tomorrow on me. I like it. Make sure you mention my name 100 times.
He actually really does. So all you people going after him, you make him so happy when you do.
I laugh. Oh, remember?
I tell him, Lee Cole, so-and-so, look at this, Lee Cole, so-and-so's going after you later on. Oh, good, he says. I'm like, what? He gets very happy when you people do these things on him. It makes him
look,
so excited.
Yeah, well, look what they're doing. Look how many people go after Donald Trump. How many people went after Rush Limbaugh? Those guys made it a living. They made it a living. People going, listen, everybody knows everything about me. There's nothing you can say about me except that I'm a flip-flopper. You hate my guts. Oh, the new one. I'm an Anglo. You're damn straight I'm an Anglo, and I'm a proud Anglo.
Yeah, what was an Anglo again?
It's a white person, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so what's wrong with that?
Well, that's the new one. That's the new one MRE does. He likes to call us Anglos.
But what's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with that. It's just people being stupid. That's all it is.
Okay.
Angel,
Is he an Anglo?
You're not Anglo.
But is
Angel
he an
can't be
Anglo?
like Anglo.
Oh, so wait. So why can't I be an Anglo?
You can't. She's Italian.
Oh, so that. Oh, okay. All right.
I think
all right.
that
So,
like like they mean real white people, not your
What?
kind of white. I mean, not. I don't know. I don't. Like least kind of white people. That's what I meant.
what kind
They're
of white people are
Anglos.
you?
I don't know. You're not Anglo. He's Anglo.
Oh, okay. You are.
Lee is. No, I'm a Negro. I'm not an Anglo. I'm Negro. I don't know.
I think it's so silly. All of this is so silly.
Hey, Zio, I'm not going to even read what you're saying because no one cares, you faceless jerk. Nobody cares. Do you understand that?
What is he saying?
If you want my phone number, a matter of fact, Zio, you're always talking about what a tough guy you are. I will be in New York this month. So if you said you were down in the East Side in New York, whatever, I swear to God, anybody that wants to meet me, and I'm not saying this is a tough guy, but with you, Zio, I would probably be a very tough guy. So Zio, if you want to sit down and have coffee with me, you got my email, leecole1010@gmail. Write me. I'll sit down and have coffee with you, and you can tell me everything you want to my face. How's that?
Zio, be careful. He has a drone. So if you think he's not snapping pictures of you, he's snapping them from the sky.
Oh, but Zio, before I meet you, though, you got to show me your face. I'm not going to come meet a guy that I know don't know what he looks like. You be a man. If I'm man enough to come to you, you got to be man enough to show me your face. That's my challenge to you. I swear on everything, I will show up. You show me your face, I will show up to wherever you want me to show up in New York. I might bring somebody with me just in case you have somebody with you, but I won't do nothing physical unless you do.
You don't have to bring anybody with you. What's he going to do? Two people going to beat you up?
Angel, he might have 13 trolls hanging at his house.
No. First of all, no. Without a doubt, no. He wouldn't do something like that. And Zio, be careful. He's got that drone. Robert's really fried his brain. Unfortunately, with all that methamphetamine use, it's made with household cleaning products, for Christ's sake. Is that what? Wait, what? Methamphetamines is made with household products? Like what? Hi, Joey D. Like what? Hi, Sydney. Does anybody know what's it made with?
No.
Wait, what happened? He said James sent him money, but he used him all. What?
Who said that?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Hi, Susie.
Yeah, James sent him money, and somehow James sent it. Well, he was using Convict Inc. Okay, that makes sense.
Why would James be using him?
Actually, Mark, I don't have to register it with the FAA. It depends what kind of drone it is and where you are. Some zones you do, but I would never put it up in a zone where you got to register it.
Well, if you're in New York, you might.
Yeah, you got to register. You got to register everything. You got to register everything in New York.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to use that. Although when we did when we filmed the documentary, they used the drone over my house, my mom's house, my mom and dad's house. They had the drone. They used the drone, I think, all over Howard Beach and Ozone Park. That was so scary. I'm sitting at the table. What the hell was that, Lee Cole? I'm sitting at the table, and like the dining room table is like next to the sliding glass doors to go out into the yard. And I'm just sitting there with everybody else was inside. I'm sitting by myself. And in the corner of my eye, I see something. I look, and there's the effing drone. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, Ma, like, somebody's spying on us. Something's out there, and that's when the A&E the people came in and said, no, it's just a drone. It's a drone. Holy crap! They're looking right into the house with the drone. Oh God, what a shame. Johnny Truelove says, Angela, I saw your post before, and I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, did she do a post?
Yeah.
Which one was it?
She did one when she came back, and then she did one about wishing death on somebody. Not doing
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Zio, yes. Listen, I'm happy I lost weight, Zio. For some reason, you want to run around here talking crap about me. Why don't you just chill, do it, and I'll chill on you. I thought that was what we came to, but for some reason, you don't want to. So,
I think that Lee Cole losing 100 pounds is really, really, really good. I think that's excellent.
Listen, I feel great, and I can't believe I did it, to be honest with you. When I started, I never thought I was going to get this far, but it's like an addiction. Actually, that's where Rob Rosso got something right. He said that when I do something, I get addicted to it. And he's right. I did it. And that's it.
Yeah.
Hey, Zio, I'm not even, wait, Zio, I'm not even saying anything about MRE. MRE's talking about me on every show. What are you talking about? I'm not saying nothing about MRE.
He didn't say anything about him.
Well, if he says something about me, I'm going to say something back to him. Yeah, if MRE didn't say that.
Because you said that MRE called you an Anglo.
Well, he did. He didn't say I was an Anglo.
What's the big deal with that? What's the big deal with that?
What did I say bad about him? Please tell me. I hear people say some awful things about him around here. Have you heard me say any of those things?
Let me read.
I called him a rat? No, I never called him a rat. What are you talking about?
Hi, Conservative Colin. He said, I'm glad I got to know your community through RJ. I really love the hardworking people over here. Thank you, Conservative Colin.
Thank you, Colin.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't remember you calling him a rat.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. These people are straight con men, liars, and grifters. Hey there, Wise Guy TV. And I agree.
It's, you know what it's like? It's like he's allowed to take pot shots at me, but I'm not allowed to answer back, because if I do, I'm saying something about him. He has been putting up videos talking about me, making cracks about my partner. If you do that, I will come back at you. I don't care who you are, what kind of show you. Hey, I got a great thing. Leave me alone. I don't say nothing. Don't even talk about me. I don't say nothing to you. But if you go after Angel, I'll stick up for her, just like he would stick up for Angel back in the day.
Well, he doesn't like me anymore.
Hey, that sounds good, Liberal Candy ass. Liberal Candy ass wants to meet me and but I can't have an egg cream. You know how many, oh my God. Well, wait, I can have the eggs, but not the cream.
Hey, K Goody. Thank you so much, K Goody. Thank you. This person is such a sweetheart. Thank you. Let's see who else. And he's not crying, Zio.
Who's crying?
You're not crying.
Who?
People make fun of Zio, and he doesn't cry. Well, Lee Cole's not crying. He gets so happy. I'm telling all of you, you have no idea.
Why the hell would I be crying, Zio?
I tell him, well, is there something wrong with you? Did somebody drop you on your head? How do you get so happy?
Because it's like
people talking about you.
Because on YouTube, if they're talking about you, it doesn't matter if they're talking good or bad about you. Nobody here cares. Everybody has a certain amount of followers. Some people think they're bigger than what they are, but they're not. We all have a certain amount of followers. That's it.
James Proctor said Anthony Ruggiano had an interesting short. He thinks Gravano will help his channel grow. Anthony Ruggiano should hang his head in shame, okay? And Anthony Ruggiano will have to suck Sammy Gravano's rear end and follow everything, every little order that Gravano gives him in order for his channel to grow. And you know what, Ruggiano, you should be ashamed of yourself. Your father's probably rolling over in his grave, you piece of shit. You pretend you knew my father really well, and then you go hang out with Gravano. Ugh.
And and Ruggiano can do it on his own, Angel. We have 4 shorts over 40,000 views because of Ruggiano. He is liked.
Well, I don't know why you always have to throw that in there.
Because it's disappointing because the man's liked. And then he goes to Gravano. He lived off your father's name. He basically tells these stories about your dad. He gets a lot of views. People like him when he's talking about him. And then he goes to Sammy Gravano.
He lies.
Liberal candy ass. I'm sorry, Angel, liberal candy ass. I'll be honest with you. When I'm in New York, I'm gonna have a hard time not cheating.
What?
Because I'm dying for a slice of New York City pizza.
So you could always have one cheat day, and then that's good for your metabolism.
Yeah.
You have that cheat day, and then you start the next day right up again. You're supposed to do that.
Or I like to have a bagel with cream cheese and lox.
Ooh, I have low carb bagels. They are so freaking good. Oh my God, I have a bagel store here that makes low carb bagels.
Angel, I'm going to go out and come back in. My chat froze.
Okay, go right ahead.
Mark Schumacher, what do you mean that I always think I'm right? This time I'm wrong. I don't get it. Then you're putting something up there. I'm holding a phone in my hand, looking at the phone. How am I going to hit that thing that you just put up there? Just tell me what you're saying.
Let me look. Hold on. I'm only an hour behind, but I'll look from the phone. Let's see. I heard Pizza lost his channel again.
Yes, he did. And he probably has one. He probably has another one start. But I think they're onto his IP now, and I think they're going to really come down on him. Mark, I can't read the link because I'm on my phone right now.
All right, let me see. I'll see what it is. Where is it? No, you don't have to time out, Zio. Project Opera, I appreciate it, but you don't have to time him out.
No, let Zio say what he wants to say.
Yeah, you don't have to time him out.
Well, he's not cursing, swearing. He's telling me I'm a dumbass. A lot of people tell me I'm a dumbass.
Oh, he's talking about the drone. An update drone registration and remote ID. It's somebody on YouTube, Tim McKay, talking about drones.
Okay, I'll definitely look at that link, Angel, if you could send it to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll send it to you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll look at it when I'm done. Thank you, Mark.
Let me see. Here it is. And share.
You know what? I hope Tony Salo's in New York when I get to New York. What do you guys think about that?
sure he'll be there.
I think he'd be fun to hang out with. What do you think about that, Zio?
I think he will be fun to hang out with too, because
waiting-
these people don't know Tony Silo. They don't know him. They think they know him. They don't know him.
See, I can't hang out with Zio because he would have a paper bag over his head because he doesn't want no one to know who he is.
Oh, well, Zio, take the bag off. Free yourself.
But I always said, Angel, that if people on here met one another, they would be shocked what people are really like because we build up a myth. We create lies about people on here, horrible lies, and they stick.
Yes, they do. They do stick. Look at all the shit that they said about me, and people actually believe it. I mean, I never did drugs in my entire life, but I'm called a junkie, a bimbo, a Botox bimbo. I swear on everything important in my life, I don't have one little think of Botox in my face. But I might, right before we hit our 100th Patreon, I might go get some.
Hey, there's a rumor too going around that Stone Sealer smokes pot. That rumor's got to stop.
Oh my God. Stone Sailor, they mean the people that came here on the Mayflower. So your family came here on the Mayflower?
Yes, mine actually did.
Oh.
And then they moved to Illinois and Missouri. Yes. One half, my father's side, yes. His last name, yes.
Really? Oh, okay. Zio, I don't know why you keep bringing up East New York, but Lee, whatever you do, do not go to East New York.
Why not?
Because it's not a very safe place. And if you are going to go to East New York, I think your drone will get stolen from you. Hopefully your drone is capturing photos of the
that'd be like too. You remember the time Asanino was in Philadelphia, and see, we have some funny stuff happen on here. Asanino was in Philadelphia, and then remember what was his name? The little short guy that used to Pee-wee. Pee-wee was going to meet him and tell him to come meet me. And I'm thinking to myself, Pee-wee, why would you tell a guy that you don't know what he looks like to come meet you? He can come up behind you and punch you in the back of the head.
I remember that. Hey, Chapo says, hey, Howie, we know you're watching. Make sure you hit the like button, buddy. Hey, Howie, how are you? Please hit that like button.
Okay, that's a good idea. Me and Tony Salo will go to East New York together. How's that?
Oh, Zio, you better show up. You better show up. Here's your chance, Zio. You get to meet Tony Silo and Lee Cole.
And we'll take you out for bagels.
Ooh, bagels.
Bagels and a beating.
Bagels? Bagels. He's gonna take you out for bagels after he does his leg. If he does his football leg.
Yeah, after I gotta do my football legs first.
That's how he says league. He says leg.
Yeah. Well, I speak like a half idiot. I know that.
No, you do not. My mother you know how my mother pronounces Cher's name? She calls her Cher. I'm like, Ma, her name is Cher.
Oh, Bucky Palermo said Pee-wee told Asanino to wear his we push back shirt, so he knew who he was.
Oh my God. Oh God, that was funny. Did he say he was gonna buy him a cheesecake or a cheesesteak?
Oh my God, there's been some funny stuff on here.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Okay, yeah.
I wish that we were back in those days.
Oh, with the little brawls going on. Remember BK? He used to always show up for a fight. He used to always show up to meet somebody like 20 minutes late.
At least he showed up.
BK's going to be like, "Oh, I'm going to go on there right now. Drop the link. I'm going to totally you off."
my God, I can't. Let me see if I have anything in here. Let's see what's in here.
But you know something? I'll tell you what, though. Tony Pizza has gotten. He was a really evil when he came on, but he has hit like a new level.
Yeah, there's no. That's a level that I don't know what to say. Really, seriously, I don't know what to say. He actually said, because I said I had 3 friends that died in 9/11, and how dare you put down 9/11 people that died in 9/11, and he said that he went to 100 funerals of people my father killed.
Oh,
He said, "Yeah, I 100." But I thought he was protecting you. So was he going to the funerals of the dead?
Pizza.
Maybe he was. He
I
was
went
doing
to
both.
probably half of those funerals. I never saw you at any of them, ever.
You went to half the funerals of people your father killed, Angel? Why the hell would you do that? That's kind of that is
I meant go to the funerals that
no,
other people killed.
That's not
Did
that's
you go
not
to
what you.
those funerals, Pizza? Not the people that my father killed. I mean, I
Now,
went to.
did you used to say to your father, "Daddy, are you going to kill someone today? I need to
No,
go to
I
a
did
funeral.
not, Lee Cole.
I need to
Listen,
go to
I
a
didn't mean it
funeral."
that way. I meant that. So you only went to those people's funerals? Did you go to the people whose funerals were like Bobby Borriello's or Joey Scopo's, or even people who didn't die by getting shot in the street? Did you go to any of those? Because I went to half of those and I never saw you once. You don't even know 100 people.
Yeah. Well, I bet you he borrowed money from 100 people.
No, he doesn't.
Not borrowed. I'm sorry. He got money from 100 people.
And again, Tony Pep's son told me you did not know my father or any of my uncles. Tony Pep's son said it. So you didn't go
Did
to
you
anybody's.
did you see that guy that showed up on Stand Up Guy show today? One of Pizza supporters.
Yeah, who was that?
But that's what the Pizza supporters look like.
Well, I didn't see anything wrong with his looks.
Angel, the guy sound like a moron.
I don't even remember. What was he defending? What was he saying?
He was defending Pizza, saying that Pizza was a good guy, and everybody attacked him, and he had no choice but to fight back.
That's not true. I've never, ever attacked Tony Pizza. Never. And yet he came and attacked me, attacked my daughter, told lies about my daughter. Went after, we lost Marla.
Bucky Palermo says, Angel, did you go to Bubbles' funeral where Tony Pizza said he knew Tony Silo from?
No, I never heard of a Bubbles. Is that a monkey?
Is that a gangster, Bubbles?
I heard of a monkey named Bubbles. Wasn't that Michael Jackson's monkey?
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, see? I know my monkeys.
I'm going to ask Tony Salo, did you go to a Bubbles funeral? I don't know what the hell is Bubbles funeral. Okay, Bucky.
I don't know. What's Brooklyn, the real Brooklyn? My father lived there. So, yeah, I know it's the real Brooklyn, but it's not a safe area, Zio. You know that.
What do you mean by the real Brooklyn? You could say that. You could say Far Rockaway. I mean,
no, Far Rockaway is Queens.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bensonhurst. What does he mean by real Brooklyn?
Lewis was born over there, so they call it's East New York, but they consider it Brooklyn. Yeah, people that like from East New York, they're like very proud to say that that's the real Brooklyn. Like Lewis was too. Lewis, he forget it. That's all he ever said. I was born in Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn. Yeah, but listen, my son was teaching because my son is an electrician, so he was working during the day, and then 2 nights a week he was teaching electrical to the students. And he was at a school in East New York, and I used to die until he got walked through that door because he would take the trains from Long Island to the city, and then from the city to East New York, and then either I or his wife would go pick him up because I refused to let him take the trains back home at 8:00 at night.
Zio, I do consider myself a New Yorker, but you got to remember, I grew up mostly in Yonkers. And then from Yonkers, when I was older and I was married, I lived in Queens, Astoria, Queens, just so you do know, and Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn. Is that good enough? And I worked at Scaturo's on 11th Avenue. So if that passes your test, I hope so. But I definitely wasn't a Brooklynite. My father was born in Brooklyn. I would never claim to be a Brooklyn boy because I wasn't a Brooklyn boy. I'd claim to be a Yonkers boy. Why are you so quiet, Angel?
She's muted.
Oh. Why are you so quiet, Marla?
My chat froze up. I've gone out and come back in a couple times.
Yeah, my chat froze up too.
My chat is
it's frozen. I know.
Okay, good. It's not just me then.
No, it's not
came
you.
Back in a couple times, and I can't see the chat anymore. I have to.
Yeah, I have to look at it on my phone because it's stuck on Chapo. Hey Howie, we know you're watching.
Okay, good. So it's not just me.
I have to look at it on my phone. Okay, sorry everybody. The chat is frozen.
Oh, you're Shark Hitter. You're from Newburgh?
Tony Silo, I'm talking about Michael Jackson's monkey. Not a real person. I didn't know there was a real person named Bubbles. Oh, and now somebody's saying Bubbles was a stool pigeon? Was he? Bubbles the clown.
Well, that makes it. Well, now if he was a stool pigeon, I can understand Tony Pizza going to that funeral.
No, I don't know. You have to ask Tony Silo.
Oh, so you're from DJ?
That is frozen. Let me try to refresh.
I see. It's working fine with me, Angel.
Yeah, it's frozen. It's stuck at Chapo. Hey Howie, we know you're watching. Make sure you hit the like button.
It's moving for me.
Why isn't it moving for me? Is it
me?
Moving, or Harsh? It's not moving for her either.
Because I took over your show.
Yeah, you probably did.
It's moving for me.
I'm stopped at 11:04.
Right now, I'm reading Al Capone. Okay, Mark Schumacher's.
I'm at 10:44, Marla.
Oh,
that's where I'm stuck at 10:44. What the hell? All right, I'm sorry, Lee Colfin.
Hey, Silo should come up here and tell us who Bubbles is. I'm dying to know who Bubbles is.
Am I dropping the link or?
I am muted. Let me just see. Hold on. Let me see if I come out and come back in.
Are you still frozen, Marla, or is it moving for you now?
I'm frozen at 11:04. I've gone out and come back in, and that's as far as I've got.
Isn't that weird? But it's moving perfectly for me. So you don't see Rolling Rock on the bottom?
No, not on the computer. I got to use my phone now.
Yeah, I'm looking at the TV. See, I'm not using my phone. I'm using my phone to talk into, but I'm using my TV. Angel probably didn't pay her cable bill.
Hello?
Hey,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, let me see. Okay, no, now I had to refresh the whole thing. No, all right.
You sound sexier now, Angel.
Do I, Lee Cole?
Now you know why I call her.
You had to go all the way out?
I had to refresh the page. When you refresh, you refresh it, and it knocked me totally out. And then I just came back in, and now the chat is moving.
All right, let me try.
But now I lost the whole chat before 11:06. I don't have. Where'd she go? Now my chat starts at 11:06, where Tony Silo says Bubbles was no monkey.
I like to ask DJ Sharkhitter a question. When I was growing up as a kid, Newburgh was always a crap hole. And I'm talking back in the 70s and the 80s. I'm talking about the city was always got problems. What is Newburgh like now, DJ Sharkhitter? I'm just wondering. Is it still like that? It was always a lot of crime in Newburgh. Just wondering. Have you ever been to Newburgh, Angel?
Zio, a lot of people don't know about East New York and downtown Brooklyn. I lived in South Brooklyn, and ask me if that's considered downtown Brooklyn. I don't know. My address was 311 8th Street. Let's see that picture again.
So one person says it's still a crap hole.
I can't even get to. Oh, here it is. Let's see. Go ahead, you guys talk. Let me find it.
Roland Rock says same crapply areas are certain areas. Then you got and I hear that Brewster's a real crap hole too. When I was a kid growing up, Brewster was gorgeous. There was a lot of money in Brewster. I hear Brewster is really going downhill, and that's a shame.
Really? Yeah. My uncle and aunt's family all came from Brewster. There was money back then. This is our Canarsie house. This is when we lived in Canarsie, Brooklyn.
Right.
But where is the South Brooklyn? Hold on.
And they got like Patterson and Carmel up there. I'm sure Carmel is probably still nice. I'll be shocked if Carmel's turned. It's such a small, cute town. Same with Patterson.
Let's see if it's in this one. Okay. It's got to be in one then. Let's go to one.
Angel, you're really making this show boring.
Because I'm looking for it. Our address was 311 8th Street.
Drop the damn link.
Wait, I'm looking.
Let's get some action going on up here.
Yeah, give me 1 minute. Or Marla could drop it.
Oh, hold on. I got you.
Here it is. Here it is. And we lived on the top floor. And Uncle Angelo, my aunt and my Uncle Angelo lived on the second floor. So if you're looking at that building, we lived on the top floor on the right-hand side. Uncle Angelo and Aunt Marie lived on the second floor on the left-hand side.
When you lived there, Angel, was your father in or out?
What do you mean in or out?
Jail.
Oh, no, my father was home.
Okay. I was wondering. Because I can't picture your father living there.
Why?
I don't know. I just can't picture him walking up to the fourth floor. He'll be cursed.
Yeah, they didn't have an elevator. Yep.
When I lived down by St. Mark's Place, mine was
that place cost a fortune today.
Oh my God!
A fortune to live there today.
That's what I was going. When I lived down by St. Mark's Place, Angel, in Manhattan. I lived on a 5th floor walk up, and back then it was $85 a week. I bet you can't even touch that place now.
Where? What part of Brooklyn?
The St. Mark's, where the church is down there and stuff.
Where?
On St. Mark's Place in New York.
No, I have no idea. See, I'm a New Yorker and I don't know any of these places. I have no idea what that is.
Well,
I know Long Island. I know Brooklyn.
Well, it was a very nice area. Well, it was like that whole area back then was pretty decent. It had its bad parts, but
Yeah, I had friends that live in Yonkers. I have friends that live in the Bronx still. I have a dear friend that still lives in the Bronx. Two of them. They still live in the No, I'm sorry. Nikki moved out of the Bronx. But my friend Patsy still lives in the Bronx.
I used to work the overnight shift in East Tremont in the Bronx when I was with Store 24. And I'll tell you, man, I've seen some weird shit going on there.
Really?
Oh, that's when I don't even know how East Tremont is anymore. Back then it was rough. It was mixed. It was every culture was in that area at that time. There were Italians, there were Puerto Ricans,
there were
blacks.
Italians, yes. They had everything in there, yeah. They
Everything.
had good restaurants over there too.
Zio said St. Mark's is in the East Village.
Oh, I have no clue. I'm not a Manhattan person at all.
I loved the Village when I was growing.
I don't like the city at all.
Well, I liked Washington Square Park because that's where I used to go to get my marijuana.
I never go to. Once in a blue moon, I go to the city. I don't like it. My sister loves it. My father loved it. My brother Peter, forget it, loves it.
Angelo says it. Angelo says a one bedroom apartment in St. Mark's Place goes for $4,500.
Oh wow!
But Angel, when the fifth story walk up, it had a tub in the kitchen.
Yes, that's on Mulberry Street too. They had their tubs were in the kitchen, and you know what they did? My grandmother's mother, right? It was my step grandmother. Her mother lived over there on Mulberry Street, and she had the bathtub, and you would put this thick wooden board over it, and that was your counter.
Oh my gosh.
That was your counter to cook and and do what you had to do. And then you would take this big piece of wood off, and that was your bathtub. Right in the kitchen, you took a bath.
Is Neo? I think Neo is the one that knows. He grew up with my brother Tom in Yonkers. I'm not. Someone's mentioning his name in here right now.
Did she drop the link? Did you drop it?
Oh yeah, I dropped it a long time ago.
Oh, so nobody's trying to come on.
They're ignoring us today.
I'll do it again.
You know what it is? They don't have their makeup on.
No, it's right there. I see it. My chat is frozen again.
Yeah, tub in the kitchen and toilet in the hallway. I remember that apartment because I brought my brother Danny and my brother Tom over, and I went to work, and they caused so much trouble in that building. I almost got kicked out.
Yes, people shared the bathroom. Like the floor shared whatever apartments were on there. Two apartments, they shared the bathroom.
They were set up, and that's when before they remodeled these places, they had them set up like the tenements. This is what the immigrants lived in, and these type of apartments and stuff. And it was funny because we had the curtain. I used it for a shower, but you had to connect the shower because there was no shower. And then you had to put the curtain up around the bathtub, and you could take a shower in it. I'm sorry, I didn't feel comfortable sitting in a tub in the middle of the kitchen. But then, what we did though, we had a piece of plywood and we put it on top of the tub, and it was like a table.
Yeah, that's what I just said. A piece of plywood.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's right. That a lot
over the tub, and that was your counter in the kitchen.
Yep. I'm glad. So you actually seen this, Angel? Then?
Yes, it was my grandmother's mother.
Yep.
Nana.
I wonder whatever made them think about putting the bathtub in the kitchen, though. I guess that was the best thing for them to do because all the piping was in one room.
Maybe but they had to share the toilet was in the hallway.
Can you imagine mom's taking a bath, dad's cooking, and the kids are running around?
Well, she lived alone. Her husband died, so she didn't care. Yeah,
these were small one bedrooms.
Yeah.
But I bet you about a bunch of back when the immigrants were coming in from Italy and stuff in Ireland, I'll bet you 3 or 4 or 5 of them lived in those apartments. To me, New York City has the best history. I mean, when you really think about it.
Wow.
You remember when 9/11 happened and everybody could walk across the Brooklyn Bridge the way you did just to get out of New York? I mean, a lot of cities aren't set up like that, where you can actually walk over a bridge like that.
Is that true?
Yes. When 9/11 happened and all the traffic stopped, that people were walking home over the Brooklyn Bridge.
I remember that. I
Yeah.
remember.
And that Brooklyn Bridge never seen that many people on it for that
People
period
were
of time.
crying. People were so scared. I'll never forget that.
Oh, it's
So
unbelievable.
scared. I remember sitting with my brother Peter watching it. Tears were in, like, forget it. Tears were in our eyes, everything. My cousins were in that building, and my best friend's brother was in that building, but they got out.
Yeah. My brother Tom was driving. He was a bodyguard for one of the executives down there, and one of the smaller buildings, and they drove away from that. And they got a lot of their car was filthy by the time they got out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you think of, my brother Edward was working over at, he was an electrician, and he was working over at the Chrysler building at that time. And he worked as a New York City foreman for the electric union. And he was over at the Chrysler building, and they were rewiring that whole building and stuff. But they had so much work after that happened. With all those buildings coming down and stuff, those electricians, they were working 80, 90 hours a week, Angel. They would get 4 or 5 hours and they had to be back to work because all the wiring, when the towers came down, there were other buildings around it that came down too, or the damage. I mean, all the wiring in that area was destroyed.
Yeah, exactly. Mark Schumacher, you keep trying to get on. What's that doing?
Yeah, too, Jason, in the blackout, 2003. Yep. I was up in Peekskill, and that's where my mom lived back then. I was up in Peekskill, and you could smell, and Peekskill is about 30 miles away from New York City, and right up the Hudson. And you could smell, that smell that was in the air was so strong, and it was there for months. And you could swear it smelled like bodies burning. Angel?
Sorry, I'm having a whole conversation with myself as
You keep doing that. Will you take over your damn show and shut me up?
I keep, because I muted for a minute because little Chucky was making noise.
Oh
no. She can't hear anything. I have the headphones on. But hold on 1 second, okay? Hold on.
You keep telling us that. Tonight should be the Lee Cole show. Marla won't say nothing, and
I'm
you keep
listening. This is a listening moment. This is how you learn, Lee.
Where were you when 9/11 happened, Marla?
I was in college.
Where?
And in West Virginia, and our professor was late, and somebody said something about a plane hitting a building in New York, and we were like, so do we get to go home today? And then we didn't understand what was going on, and then everybody was in the, I want to say, the break room, and it just felt weird. It kind of felt like people knew stuff, but they weren't telling us. And then the dean guy came in and was like, okay, classes are dismissed. Everybody go straight home. What's going on?
Neo, I lived on Lake Avenue in Yonkers. That's where me and the rest of my family.
They didn't tell you why you had to go straight home?
No, that's all they said. They said classes are dismissed. Everybody goes straight home. And then we're like, what's going on? And nobody would say nothing. And they're making it sound like we're like we thought like, is this Pearl Harbor? And I'm thinking nobody had the balls to do that to us. And then I was wrong.
Oh, look who's here. Hello, Tony Silo.
Hey, Tony.
What's going on,
Tony.
guys? What's up, Lee? How are you? What's up, guys?
I'm very well.
Maka, you're buffering. He's in a bad area. What's going on, Tony Silo?
Nothing much. Relaxing.
Yeah, you know, when 9/11 happened, my brother, not Tom, but my brother Eddie went to a lot of police officer and fire, because my brother at that time lived in Bushkill, and he had a lot of friends that he hung around, a lot of cops and a lot of firefighters, and he went to quite a few funerals. I mean, it was like one right after another, and a lot of them they didn't find the bodies, so they were memorials.
Oh yeah, man, that was horrible. They found body parts. I mean, come on, that was one of the most horrible things ever to happen. And
exactly,
you got Americans bad mouthing it. They're just assholes.
Listen, everybody knows that I'm very close with Ronnie G and his family. He was there volunteering that whole week, I think longer than that. And he developed a very, very rare lung cancer. And they caught it just in time, because if they would have waited, he was supposed to go to prison. If they would have waited and he went to prison, he would have died. But the judge, he had a really good judge, which I was shocked, because Raymond Deary didn't, whatever. But he let him get treatment. And then after treatment was all done, then Ronnie turned himself in. But he had no mask on, and he was over there volunteering and developed a really bad, rare lung cancer.
A lot of people down there developed lung problems.
Yep. I worked for the doctors then. I was the manager, and I can't tell you how many patients we had who had that post-traumatic stress. So many people.
Yeah.
So many people.
Hey, Neo, you said that you lived on Waring Place too. So we had those football leagues behind Waring Place. And you know the big park right there behind Waring Place, right? I'm guessing that you lived in the buildings over there. Well, it's good to see people bringing up old neighborhoods. You know that?
They what?
It's nice when you see people bringing up. These are real Yonkers people. They know the streets. They know all the streets. That's when you know somebody's really from Yonkers.
You were talking about St. Mark's Place before. It's like $3,000 for a 450 square foot studio, if you're lucky.
You know what's funny, Tony? I was 18 and I was working in a delicatessen over by the Palladium, over by the Village.
I know what that is.
And some lady came in, this older lady, and she was superintendent of the building, and she asked me if I wanted to move there. I was making $240 a week. I thought I was rich, and this was 1977. I was 17, 18 years old. I thought I was rich. I remember when I wanted to get a job there, and they said to me, we'll start you off at 60 hours, and we'll give you $240 a week. I was like, $240 a week? You know,
that was money back then.
Yes, it was. Yeah, and then the lady came in and she said, "Well, I'm a superintendent of the building. I got an apartment for you if you want a one bedroom." And I went to, and I moved in, and it was a 5th floor walk up. But at that time I was 17. 5th floor walk ups meant nothing, you know, when you're 17.
Yeah, forget about it. Try it now.
Oh my God, hell no.
I mean, and they're paying big money for them 5th floor, 6th floor walk-ups now downtown.
Yeah, that whole area, though, you know, you had all the bums sitting on Houston Street, and I don't know if you remember the old Bowery down there. Remember the old Bowery building?
Yeah, you used to have all the pizza oven stores over there.
Yes,
You had
all the
CBGBs across the road. Of course.
they had all the restaurant supply stores were down there. Absolutely right.
Yeah,
Are
a
they
lot of
still there?
jewelry. Yes, you got Barry is still over there. You got a lot of pizza oven, a lot of pizza suppliers are still down
Is
there.
that the where are you talking about in Manhattan?
Come
What?
over the hold on, I'm trying to
Over
figure
the
this out.
bridge, right? Going
Come right,
towards the courthouse?
coming over the bridge, and instead of going left downtown towards the courthouses, it's the first block to your right.
Yes, okay. They have chandelier stores there
I was just
too.
gonna say that they got all the
Yeah,
lighting
yeah. All the
stores.
lighting stores, yeah. I was
Not so much of that no more.
no. We used
Nah,
to
very
that's what the way
limited.
we used to go to get to the all four racketeering trials. That's the way that we used to go through there.
Yeah,
Well,
but that's.
and you remember the Bowery
Oh no,
building?
Angel, you're thinking of the Manhattan Bridge. I
Yeah,
think
what are you
Lee, you're
talking?
thinking of the Williamsburg Bridge. There were two bridges right next to each other over there.
No, I'm thinking of the Brooklyn Bridge when
Okay, then they were
yeah,
thinking of three different bridges.
yeah,
Yeah, the Manhattan Bridge that would
Yes,
take
you had
you.
yes,
three.
The Manhattan Bridge would take you right down to like Court Street and down in that area there, in the Court area, in the financial district.
yeah.
And if you came over Delancey, you would be right on the Bowery where you're talking about, Lee, by CBGB's to your
Oh yeah,
right.
no. I was talking about the bridge people were leaving the city while they were going over all the bridges. No, the
9/11,
Bowery
they were
though.
walking the bridges, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was just talking about the Bowery in general. Do you remember the shelter they had there where all the bums used to go for the Bowery?
No,
And
I
they
don't
used to
remember the
stay.
shelter.
Well, I had no place to stay when I first got in New York City. I went to the Bowery and stayed in one of those buildings. Let me tell you something. I stayed one night, and after that, I'd rather sleep I would sleep in the park. And this is when I was homeless and I was just a young kid. I would sleep in the park over at Washington Square Park up in the slides. I would never, one time I spent at the Bowery building sleeping there. It was the scariest. You had these men there. They were drunk and violent. And, and I had, as a 17-year-old kid, I had no right being in there because I was just a sheep amongst the wolves.
Well, they knew the system with each other. They knew who they could take advantage of. They knew it. They knew everything in that area there,
Well,
and
they
they were
went when
still
you
down
went.
there.
Yeah, when you went in there, the first night I was in there, they were trying to bully me. It scared the shit out of me. So I went and slept in the. I went and slept on some. That's why I laugh about people. Like I really did this stuff. I really slept on. I had no place to go. I had no place to sleep at night. I was in the city. I had to go get the job myself, and that's why when I started working and I found my own place, I felt like I accomplished something because when I got there, I was homeless. I was sleeping in the streets.
Well, when you mentioned Washington Square Park and all the people, used to go down there to get your weed. A lot of people used to go down there to get their weed, and the cops wouldn't bother you inside the park
No,
really
and,
that
and
much.
they went down there because the Rastafarians sold down there. They had the park, and you always knew you were getting good weed from the Rastafarians.
Right,
Always.
and when you would come in, you would enter off a Universal Place, really, right?
Yes.
The
Well,
street,
yes.
absolutely.
Well, right where the front tower, the front gate, the big arch.
That's Universal Place, right there.
Yes,
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
See, I can't not only can I see the comments, they're stuck. I can't even see how many people are here. Like there's no number up there. It just tells me how long we've been on.
There's
And the
100 and
comment is still stuck at when Marla dropped the 2 links.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
it
You're
says
at
I had to
that
go
too.
find the
There's
link.
something wrong with StreamYards, and
Yeah,
I
it says
will be reporting this.
well, it says you've been on 57 minutes.
No, it says 2 hours and 13 minutes.
Yeah,
But
so
I can't see the chat. I have to go to my phone to look at the chat.
That's
because
what
it's
I'm
So
still
am
it
I.
stuck.
says
That's how I found the link. I went to the phone because
Yeah.
you said the link was there, and there's no link in this
Yeah.
phone.
So everybody, I can't click on your comments. I'm sorry. I can't
yeah,
see your
Lee saying
comments.
Rastafarians. Sorry. Rastafarians all I know is I went
Rastas.
yeah, all I know is
Rastas.
I went to park. And I said to a Rastafarian one time, I asked him, why do you guys have the best weed? You know what he said to me? He said, because we're not like these other guys in the street. They embarrass us. people come back to us because we always have the best stuff. That was their
Right.
philosophy of selling weed.
That's why they always had customers down there that would
Yeah.
come in, and and where they must have kept it is a mystery because they never sold out.
Oh, they had it in everything. They had it like in holes in the floor. They had it all. And the cops never bothered them because they actually were doing the park a favor because they didn't bother nobody. They got along with everybody. They weren't your typical drug dealers.
You know, Lee, once they did start cracking down on it, you had more crime in Washington Square Park.
Once they built that police station in Washington Square Park, it got worse.
Yeah, that little satellite office.
Yes.
Once they put that up there is when all the trouble started.
It took the flavor of the park away. I mean, people came over from NYU's. You would have everybody in there sitting around the water fountain, and they'd be sitting there, and you wouldn't have no trouble. Then all of a sudden, when they came down, and they were worried about, oh, let's chase the Rastafarians out of here. Oh, that was smart.
Well, you remember you always used to have people playing music, some people painting, pot dealing going on everywhere.
Oh yeah. I love that park. I spent a lot of time in that park, I can honestly say.
Smartest guy down there was a pizza shop about a block away. He stayed open till 4 in.the morning because after everyone used to smoke, they used to go buy pizza. He had a line a block long every night.
And Liberal Candy, Candy. Yes, I was in that park in 78 to 81 a lot. That was my real my period there.
I think that park went down in the late 90s, 2000s. It started with all the crap.
Too bad. It's too bad, man. That park was like part of the city. That was like it gave it the flavor. It was like 42nd Street. It just gave it the flavor of New York.
And I hate to say it, I think it started going down when Giuliani became the mayor, if I'm right. I think that's when they started cracking down on everything around there.
Yeah, they cracked around.
What's up, Boston?
Hey.
All right, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure it was him. Go ahead. What were you saying, Lee? Go ahead.
Nothing. We're just reminiscing about New York back in the day.
How are you guys tonight?
That was Canal Street we were talking about.
Yeah, so then you came over to Manhattan Bridge.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, that was the start.
Sometimes we used to go through Atlantic Avenue if there was like a lot of traffic, and then sometimes we would go through through that Canal Street way. And we used to make a left by that big, huge. I think it was a lighting store.
Right on the corner.
Yes. We'd make the left there to go down to the courthouse. Yeah.
When you came over the Manhattan Bridge, you had all the chandelier stores up to like if you were going into the city, they were on your right hand side and a few on your left. But you make that left.
Yeah.
You'd pass by Chinatown.
On the right hand side was like dress shops, like the Rainbow Shop, stuff like that.
That's
I don't know what's there now. This was God.
All Chinese stuff.
2009.
All Asian stores are down there now.
Really?
We have Atlantic Ave down here. And we have the courthouse right there on Atlantic Ave.
Where?
You're talking about in Florida.
Yeah, Delray.
Yeah.
You guys have
Atlantic
Ave.
Right.
Courthouse? Weird. We have Atlantic Ave for the courthouse.
Yeah, Myrtle Avenue, Wise Guy TV. I know Myrtle Avenue too.
Oh, look at what they did by Atlantic Avenue over there. They built that up too, where you could come through the back end. They built the stadium where the what is that? The Barclays Center over there, where the Nets play.
Yes. Junior's Cheesecakes is over there, right?
Right. Junior's is over there. They put up all fine stores. I mean, you got expensive stores over there now.
I remember
Schumacher, I kept bringing you up and you kept popping off. I don't understand. You have to have a special pass? What? You got to have a special. I kept bringing you up and you kept buffering and then jumping off. It's not my fault. StreamYards is not working.
It's been weird lately.
This liberal candy ass is right. When Giuliani came in here, he wanted to change the city his way. He did take the flavor of New York out. He even destroyed the what was that district with the South Street Seaport? He's the one who destroyed that whole fish market area down there and everything.
What do you
This
mean?
ain't a
No,
debate. This ain't a debate for
Rudy
me.
Giuliani did a great
He
job.
did do a great job. I'm not going to even get into this
I'm
debate.
not saying about that job. I'm saying he took the flavor out of New York. Like
Yes, yeah,
who
because
ran things, Lee. I'm not saying
well,
he was a bad mayor. I'm not getting into politics. He changed the seaport drastically. He changed the fish market on
yeah,
the east side.
the prices went way down because he cleaned it up.
Exactly. Look what he did. I'm talking about old time Italian heritage. Look what he did to the sanitation. Private
Yeah,
sanitation.
he cut the Empire State monthly bill from $100,000 to $10,000.
But I'm not talking about I'm just talking about the way we grew up knowing
He
how New
also
York was.
cheated people out of fireworks on 101st Avenue.
Oh,
with free
Angel,
food.
come on! You're going to compare. The fireworks. You think about it. The fireworks, like that's more important than cleaning up Manhattan.
I tell you what, and you know who deserves a lot is that Bratton, the police commissioner.
Oh
He did
yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
That guy did all the work. To
He
be
sure
honest with
did.
you, cleaning
No,
up the
actually,
city.
I like one thing Giuliani did when he took over. All these policemen that were under Dinkins and stuff, they felt abused. So all the policemen, they all claimed they were sick and they were behind their desk. When Giuliani came in, he told the policemen, "You got two choices: to take your retirement or get back out in the subways." They all got from behind the desk and got back out in the subways.
And people are forgetting on a good point. His son went on to become a pretty decorated cop for a while.
Yeah.
That little kid at the inauguration became a high-ranking detective.
Who? Giuliani's?
Giuliani's little chubby son at the
No, he's
inauguration.
not. He worked for the Trump administration. He worked in the White
Angel,
House.
he was a police officer first.
Who? Giuliani's kid?
Andrew Giuliani was a cop. I'll look it up right now and send it
I
to you.
never knew that.
100%.
I never knew that.
That's because
I
you
knew
never studied on Giuliani, Angel.
I don't care about Giuliani. He sent me a request for money, had the balls to say,
What?
if they could do this to me, they kicked in my door at 5:30 in the morning. If they could do this to me, they could do it to you. I said, really?
Angel, we're both right. After leaving the NYPD, he took an office of public liaison during the Trump administration.
Yeah, he worked in the White House. I didn't know he was a cop. I really didn't.
Yeah, he was a cop
I know
for
his
wow.
Giuliani's daughter got caught shoplifting.
Oh my God! Really? See that? You wouldn't know his son was a cop. You wouldn't know his son was a cop, but you would know the daughter got busted for shoplifting. Angel.
Well, she did. I'm not saying. Well, she got busted for shoplifting. And
What did he do?
But she also went out publicly and said she hated her father's guts.
Well, that's
Yes,
that's a family thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But that was
a family thing.
But wait a minute. On both people's side, there, you don't do that to your father. But
no, you never do that to your father. And I don't even like Giuliani. You don't do that to your father.
But I'll tell you what, I seen on the news when he was going into a building with his son tonight. He looked like he's 95 years old.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He looked horrible.
Yeah, he doesn't have much time left on this earth. I don't even think Giuliani.
Get out of here.
He doesn't. He looks horrible.
Lee, under and over 5 years, under and over.
I say a year and a half.
Get out of here.
I say without a doubt. Without a doubt. I'm sorry. I said the way he's walking, he's all
you could just see it. Yeah, when you could just see it when an old person. It's like I pray every day that we could see. What's her name like that?
Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi.
Oh God. Oh, look what's right in front of me. Just look what's right in front of me. This is what when I'm feeling like a little crappy, this is what I'm looking at while you all are talking. Look at my baby girl.
Oh.
She's right here, right in front of me, my baby. But go ahead.
See, you got more guts than me. I don't think I could look at if something happened to Polly. I take about a year before I could look at a picture.
No, I like looking at her picture.
Oh, that's good.
My baby, so pretty. But anyway, Wise Guy TV. Maybe if Giuliani was in church, he would be. You're right. Maybe if Giuliani was in church, he wouldn't be having these problems.
And Lee, you got to look at it from a standpoint.
Remember that?
Yeah, but you got to look at it from a standpoint of what Giuliani did when he became the mayor. I'm not going into politics, but he did go on the attack against Italians, without a doubt.
No, he didn't go on attack against the Italians. He went on attacks against the mafia, okay? Not against Italians. Come on.
Are you going to say that all private sanitation was ran by the mob?
A lot of it. You couldn't be in private sanitation if you did not have mob connections in New York.
There were companies that had 3 or 4.
Yeah, tiny. No, only if they let you. The mob took control of any sanitation they wanted to back then. Come on, you know that, Tony. They ran all the sanitation.
You guys and Giuliani should be in church.
What the hell was that?
That was Angel's way of saying.
You guys and Giuliani should be in church.
That's awesome.
I know what you're saying.
I understand. Yeah, listen. People can say whatever they want. Everybody loved him when he was America's mayor, and then they let them. Then they, of course, you didn't, Angel, because you look at it very different than I look at it.
Yes.
Okay.
You also look at Curtis Sliwa very different than I look.
Curtis Sliwa gave my brother a place to sleep.
All right. Let's
okay. When my brother was homeless, he gave him a place to sleep. That's the kind of person Curtis Sliwa is. Okay.
Okay.
We can fight about this all the time, but Curtis Sliwa had a big impact and probably saved my brother's life.
Okay. Did you buy him something?
No, I did 2 interviews. I did 2 interviews when we were in the middle of the lawsuit with him. Very nice guy. Never had no issues with him whatsoever.
Because he didn't call your sister filthy names.
Hey, listen, Angel, I disagree with what he did there. 100%. That was wrong.
Condemn one person and then, not condemn the other.
No, but see, Angel, you condemn people just because they went after the mafia sometimes.
No,
why should you do that?
No, I do not. Absolutely not. I condemn Giuliani for being a spiteful little piece of shit when people look forward to the 4th of July party every year and he had to be a spiteful little prick and deny the permit.
Why did he do that, Angel? Because he knew the mob was running it?
101st Avenue? My father was in prison, Lee. Those people still look forward to that 4th of July every year. So
I understand what you're saying. Angel, this is a conversation that, listen, here's what's happening in America right now. We have the liberal media taking down these great men, and then we have people not even seeing it. Giuliani, to me, was a great man. Donald Trump was a great man, and they have been destroyed by the liberal media, and I am not going to be here and be one of those people to knock either one of those 2 guys.
Well, I'm not going to knock Donald Trump, but the other guy would.
Yeah, you can knock him all you want, but he did a great job cleaning up the city and making it livable.
What are you going to do, start yelling at me, Lee, if I say no, he didn't? Lee?
You know what? I don't like it when mommy and daddy fight. I feel like I should be in my room. I don't like this. Can y'all my
daughter says the same thing.
I don't like when mom and dad fight.
You know what my daughter said? When was it, Lee? Yesterday? We were yelling at each other. And my daughter says, "Are you 2 kidding me? Are you 2 kidding me?" She said, "You 2 fight over the stupidest things."
Oh, Marla.
Yeah, the reality is, people, Angel, I didn't grow up like you. You grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth. I didn't. I grew up sleeping in the streets.
Oh, my God.
I'm kidding.
Oh, my God. I didn't have a silver spoon.
Oh, I know you did. I know. Far from it. I'll tell you what. Lee has your generation that has all these 60-year-old libs running the country. Sean, yeah, you're right, man. There are 60-year-old libs running the country, without a doubt. And look what it's done.
Lee, were you forced to eat liver?
I love liver.
Never ate liver.
I love liver and put in flour, fried in a pan with bacon. Oh my God, you kidding me? With mashed potatoes? Oh.
I love lamb.
We couldn't get up from the table unless we finished it. And do you know what I used to do?
Give it to the dog under the table.
We didn't have a dog. No, we did have a dog. I don't think the dog even liked liver. I used to pretend that, first of all, I used to throw most of it in my brother John's dish because he ate it. And then I said, "Oh, I'm finished." And my father said, "Really? Well, here's another piece."
Oh.
Yeah. I used to cut it up, put it in my pocket or my pants, anything, go to the bathroom and flush it. Or I would walk by the fire. We had a fire, what do you call that again? A fire escape. I would throw it out the window.
You know the memory liver gives me, Angel? My mother used to drink a lot, and she'd like be drunk. And I would come home and I was a kid and the whole house be full of smoke because she would have liver in the pan cooking it. And she'd be sitting on the couch drunk and forgetting the liver was in the pan. And the whole house would be all smoked up. We got nervous if my mother was drinking and if she ever started cooking. So she turned up the flame and tried to cook everything real fast.
Oh man, that liver smelled through the house though.
Oh yeah. So I would put it in flour and egg and milk before I cooked it.
You really like it? Would you eat it today?
I love liver, yes.
Ugh. And you know what else she used to do to us? She used to make us take that oil on the spoon that couldn't go down.
Castor oil?
Oh my God, I don't know what kind of oil it was, but it couldn't go down. And we couldn't leave until we swallowed it.
Oh, BK Salbrook, that's my favorite cold cut liverwurst, without a doubt.
Oh, I love liverwurst.
And Polly loves it too.
What was the oil for?
All right, now the chat is working, and now I see how many people are here. Okay, did everybody hit the like button, please?
Actually, I'm going to hit it right now.
Yeah.
I did.
Please hit that like button.
But see, we can all disagree up. We can disagree up here and still get along.
Yeah, exactly.
So our love, it's what the hell? We disagree. I would never blame.
Notice that Marla doesn't argue with you. It's always just me that has to argue with you.
Yes, because Marla stays between us and like, oh, here goes these two assholes again.
I'm gonna go back in my room if y'all don't knock it off.
Marla's probably like, we don't want epic Marla to come out where she goes, you two honkies shut the hell up.
Oh my God.
Marla, I have news about Conor McGregor.
I know. It's gonna be bad because that's why you're anxious to tell me what.
Yeah, he's still on steroids. He hasn't entered the USADA pool yet.
Yeah, he didn't go.
What?
He didn't go in the pool. Nikki's right.
What does that mean?
He's got to be.
You gotta enter. Go ahead, Nick.
Longer to.
I can't hear you. What?
Am I low? I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. What?
He has to be in the USADA pool for testing for like steroids and all that kind of stuff for 6 months.
Yeah, he's never gonna fight again.
Yeah. I really don't.
No, you know what's gonna happen with him, Lee? He's gonna become an exhibition fighter.
Yep. He's gonna box.
Exactly what you're going to see him become of Conor McGregor.
I don't know if he's capable. If he's a cokehead right now, I don't think he's going to be capable of getting in the ring.
Who said he's a cokehead? These are allegations.
He's a blown-out cokehead, Marla. Sorry to.
All up in that
he's so addicted to drugs, right? He is a drug addict right now.
I'm not hearing this. This is like talking about animals dying. I'm not hearing this. I'm not hearing this.
Do you see him get out of his little bus with like 6, 7 girls? And I think it was at the Joshua, whatever fight he was at. And he's just looking at the camera, like just head pivoting like an exorcist. Oh, Lord.
They're going to find him a couple of not so good fighters to start out. He's going to sell out massive arenas, Lee. And then when he gets to a good guy, and I got a feeling it's going to be Sean O'Malley for some reason down the road.
I feel this way. I feel like Conor McGregor will never fight anybody ever again. That's just my feelings because
no, I'm not talking about real fights. I'm
not talking. I'm talking about any kind of fights. Only because he's a massive drug addict.
If he gets off, I think he will. But I think he'll box, and I think he should fight Jake Paul. I think that'd be a big money fight. Something like that. Maybe even Logan Paul. Mike Perry might be fighting Logan Paul. He's the fill-in for is it KSI?
I'm about to say something I can't believe. Zio said
Zio said Lee is right. But let me just say, William Brooklyn, Miss Angel, Marla, who did that awesome artwork for the thumbnail? Jerry. Jerry does all my thumbnails, all my videos, all my everything. Jerry does, and he does a great job.
So Conor was only.
I like to be
Conor was-
honest about McGregor. I used to love McGregor, and I despise him as a human being now, and that's because of the way he's acted, what he does to his wife out in public, how he cheats on her in public, how he shows when he just did that show on the UFC, the house where they're training the fighters. He would show up and. He was a horrible human being. He couldn't train his fighters. He was a horrible trainer.
Sport.
A bad sport. The way that he was yelling and fighting, I wish Chandler would whip his ass. I'll be totally honest with you. And I think that he would whip his ass.
Yeah,
so it bothers you that McGregor cheated on his wife?
No, the way he does it out in public.
What did Giuliani do with his wives? Cheated on everyone.
Why are we talking about Giuliani?
Thank you, Angel.
Oh God!
What are we talking? No, Giuliani had an affair with a woman and married her. He left his wife for a woman.
Every single wife. What are you?
Yeah, men do that, Angel, but they don't do it out in public.
Yes, he did. Don't you remember the time?
Angel, you're still on this Giuliani. You're still on this. We're not even talking about Giuliani. Angel,
remember the time
Angel, I got over Giuliani, the Giuliani conversation.
See, this is what he does. Do you remember his wife grabbed the microphone and was so emotional? She just found out he was cheating on her, and she went public with it.
Okay, we're not talking about Giuliani.
Happen.
We're not talking about Giuliani. We're talking about Conor McGregor right now. Is Giuliani taking steroids? Is Giuliani putting coke up his nose?
I don't know what Giuliani.
Okay, is Giuliani? Wait. Is Giuliani banging women in bathrooms while his wife could see him taking the women into bathrooms?
Do you know what my biggest problem with this was, everybody? When he was on his boat and he did a video of his wife doing a sexual act on him.
Nick, come on.
I'm just saying, that to me is absolutely so
that was something that should have remained private, and he put it up on a platform. She had no knowledge of that.
None. What are you talking about?
He put a video up of him and his wife in a sexual Conor McGregor
on a yacht.
Why would he do that?
Because that's the type of man he's
crazy. He became crazy.
Oh, Molly, you hear that?
How about the 65-year-old man he punched in the face in the bar?
Well, he did insult his whiskey.
Okay. And then there was another man he punched in the face in the bar. How about the Irish mob? The Irish mob wanted to kill him.
How about the 17-year-old kid that he took his cell phone out of his hands and smashed it on the floor for taking a picture of him in Miami because he was just pissed drunk?
Or how about the hand truck that he threw through a window and cut and almost blinded fighters?
Marla, what do you say to this?
Defend your man. I can't attest to any of that.
Marla, I used to love.
There was a video, Marla.
Angel, I'm sorry, Marla. I used to. It's such a disappointing. What I'm trying to say is Conor McGregor had all the skills and talent in the world, and then he made so much money. Instead of doing something good with it or acting correct, did you see him the other day? He's driving his motorized yacht. I'll guarantee you Conor McGregor will be broke in 10 years. He's driving his motorized speed. He will be. You what? Remember I said that? His wife will be broke. Conor McGregor. You can't spend money like that. You can't spend money like that and survive.
20 years, not 10. 20.
No, he's doing exactly what Mike Tyson did.
I mean, he sold his whiskey for about, I think, $200 million he got in his pocket.
Yeah, but what about the shares he got? He's not about what he got. How much shares does he have, or does he not even have that now?
I don't know.
Hey, listen, you got to say what you want. This is my prediction. In 10 years, he'll be broke. Just remember I said that. He will be declaring bankruptcy within 10 years.
One thing Conor did well for the sport is he got fighters paid more. He put that was what's his name that did that.
No.
That was Jake Paul that did that.
Jake Paul got people more money.
No. You can look it up. Ever since Conor McGregor came on the scene and blew up, the fighter pay has went up I mean, every fighter thanks him for this. It happens all the time. That's the only thing he did for the.
All right, but Nikki, let me ask you a question. They're all bitching about pay. They're all bitching about pay again, right?
It's more. No, it's not really pay. It's insurance.
Okay, it's still they got to pay out of their pocket. So whatever they're getting extra, they're not getting medical benefits out of this deal.
Yeah.
Now they're not like boxers. They're not independent. They work for an organization like UFC, which should be unionized in some way.
You know they're going to court, right?
And the chances of beating Dana White in Nevada are slim to none.
They finally passed though. For 4 years they've been trying to do it, and finally the judges are like,
all right. Wait, Zio. There's no doubt that Conor McGregor was the most important fighter in the history of the UFC. Wait, let me finish. Conor McGregor and Ronda Rousey were the two most important fighters in the UFC. They really brought eyes on it. Ronda Rousey may have not been at the top level of some of these women fighters yet, but she's the one that really, really made people excited to watch it. People like me, they became excited to watch it.
Remember Stephen Bonner and Forrest Griffin, that fight?
But they still were having a lot of financial trouble even after that.
Yeah.
Their financial trouble started ending when Rousey and McGregor were really, those two together really did so much for that company.
They did. That whole Spike deal that Forrest Griffin said, that's what like catapulted it to be where it's, you know what I mean? Everything had its role. It really did.
But
I don't think those fighters are gonna end up winning that case they're trying to put together, because you're gonna have some fighters that are very quietly not going to participate.
Stop being so sensitive.
100%.
It's just my opinion, my man. If you don't like them, don't be sensitive about it.
Everybody's a lot of opinion, right?
Conor McGregor was at one time 80% of the public's favorite fighter. And then he just started sliding backwards.
Once he got choked out by Nate Diaz, he realized he wasn't as great as he thought he was.
Oh, I bet Nate Diaz in that fight too. That was probably the most glorious win and fight I've ever watched on.
But you know what? Then when he came back and fought Nate Diaz, that was one of the most classic fights ever. That fight was incredible. In that fight, McGregor had so much heart because he was out of that fight a couple times. He was exhausted, and then he got his win back. His problem is he cannot go after 3 rounds. He's a shot fighter. So it's obvious, and you know, a lot of people always said because he has horrible trainers. He has these back-ass woods trainers from Ireland training him when he should be training with guys in Florida and the Cavern. Yeah. He should be training with guys like what's his name?
Mike Brown.
Yes, guys like that. Can you imagine if he trained with guys like that?
Mm-hmm. That's why I love this.
It might not work out because he ain't gonna listen to nobody like that.
Then he doesn't deserve to be champion.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Lee.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
I think he should go into exhibition because he'll never come off of the steroids. He'll never come off of the drugs again, and
he'll never touch a belt ever again.
Not in the UFC.
I agree with you. I think that he should do exhibition. What I'm saying, he couldn't even show up for those fighters at the house. Did you hear what Chandler said about that whole thing with the house? Chandler said that he would come in so coked up. You could see he was so coked up. He wouldn't even go train the fighters. And when he showed up in the gym, he would be wearing a 3-piece suit and telling the fighters what to do. Chandler put it best. Chandler said he was coked up and he was a horrible trainer to his fighters. The fighters didn't learn nothing from him.
They won one fight.
And those fighters go there to learn. I mean, that's the big thing with them. And they go there to learn. He taught nothing. All those young kids lost their fights. Only one of them won by luck. Yep. And then he wound up getting the daylights beat out of him.
Yep, you're right. And then if you watch the actual shows, he's like walking around, or I should say more like speed walking, running around the octagon as they're fighting, just screaming shit at the top of his lungs. He's totally
I think that's pretty much hurt his relationship with Dana White too, trying to give him another shot to come back. I think he embarrassed Dana White too.
Yep, I agree.
So
Yeah,
I think he kind of burned his bridges. You know, he burned his bridges there.
And I agree with Zio on Bo Nichols. I think Bo Nichols is definitely the future of that. Because he's already proved he can pick a punch. He proved he can throw a punch, and if there's nobody that could wrestle with him.
Lee, you told me that 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
Watch out for that guy when we were talking on the phone.
Champ
Bo
2025.
Nichols.
I'm calling it, or 2024. Actually, I'm gonna go 2024 Bo Nickel champ.
Did you see him wrestle?
24.
Did you see him wrestle that who's that jiu-jitsu champion, that great fighter, the American guy with the white hair?
It's oh my god, it's Ryan Gordon.
Yes. Did you see that wrestling match between Ryan Gordon and him?
Hell yeah.
Ryan Gordon got him in a submission with 1 minute left.
Mm-hmm.
And did you see when he took Ryan Gordon and picked him up and threw him backwards? Ryan Gordon said he was never caught in a move like that.
He's a strong mother effer, Bo is.
If nobody's seen that match between Ryan Gordon, go to YouTube, Ryan Gordon versus Bo Nichols. If you want to see a great match, watch that match.
Yep.
That's pure wrestling against pure jiu-jitsu.
Who is it?
Bo Nichols against Ryan Reynolds. Is it Ryan Reynolds? Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Gordon.
Bo Nichols is good. Bo Nichols is the goods.
Oh yeah. And once he
without a doubt.
Oof.
And you know he wants to prove that I like what he says. And I agree with him. He said that Kumquat, he would destroy him.
There's somebody named Kumquat?
Covington, Kobe Covington nickname him.
Oh my god.
Oh yes, he would. Yep.
Kamzat. What's his name?
He would definitely destroy him.
I don't think Kobe would have a chance in that fight.
No, it's welterweight versus middleweight. 15-pound jump there as well.
No, I'm not talking about Kobe. No, I'm saying Bo Nichols against. I put Kobe. Anybody in Kobe's weight wrestling, he could wrestle with anybody, but he can't wrestle for Bo Nichols. He's just at a level that you can't even.
That's what I just said. I just agreed with that.
Yeah,
and he's bigger.
He's good. He's really good. Well, he was the best fighter on that last card, without a doubt.
Angel, what do you think? Tell us about what you think about the UFC.
I don't really know too much about the UFC.
I hope I didn't break more of this heart.
I just wish that there was regular boxing again, like people like Arturo Gatti and Mickey Ward and Vinny Paz, and I just wish there was those kind of people that I used to really love.
Diego Corrales, those Ward and Arturo Gatti fights were unreal.
Yeah, exactly.
You got a lot
Ali. I loved all that boxing. Sugar Ray Leonard. I know everybody doesn't like him, but I did.
Well, he was great. They may not like him, but he was a great fighter.
Yeah.
Can't take that away.
Hearns. We loved all of that. I miss that kind of boxing.
Marvin Hagler,
Marvin Hagler, yeah. I even liked Boom Boom and what's his face? Macho Camacho. I used to love Macho Camacho.
Macho was a showman.
Yes. I got a big kick out of him. And he was good looking.
He was a showman.
But he couldn't beat the drugs, and it cost him his life.
What a shame.
Literally cost him his life. You're right.
Yeah. He wanted to be in Puerto Rico and be high instead of they gave him announcing jobs. They wanted so badly for it to work out. He just wanted to be with his bros and get high.
It's a sin. I used to, his son and I used to talk on Instagram. He was even, he started boxing, but then I guess he lost. And
he wasn't very good.
Yeah.
It's hard to live up when you got a parent like that, very rarely. I mean, look at what's his name? Cesar Chavez. I mean, imagine having to live up that man as your father. I mean, how the hell can you?
Was that Corrales Chavez? That was another good fight. Corrales Chavez. Was it Chavez? Where Corrales got knocked down twice in a round and came back the next round and took out Chavez. Was it Chavez?
Well, I remember the fight he had against Mildred Taylor Chavez when he knocked him out in the last minute.
Is that the one?
That was the fight where it was very questionable whether a referee should have let that happen.
I remember it was late round, and he knocked down Diego twice, and I thought they were going to stop it. They would have stopped it. It was these days. And then round ends, and then he catches him with either check left hook or counter left hook, and he just goes on wobbly legs, and Diego finishes him after just being deadly dropped twice the round before. Rest in peace. That guy was awesome.
Who was it? That was another Castillo that night.
Oh, it was Castillo. You nailed it. Castillo and
Castillo.
Hagler, Hearns, Ali. I loved Muhammad Ali. Mike Tyson. My father really liked Mike Tyson.
Joe Frazier was a great fighter too, guys.
Yeah, Joe Frazier too.
You know my most valuable shorts right now that I'm putting up? What the food fighter is? Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
I just
How did you not love Muhammad Ali?
I just put up a short on him the other day. It is at 7,000 already.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like it's good to see that people want to see him because they don't realize how great he was.
Did you put up the short with Customato and Ali?
Yes. Did you see the numbers on that?
Through the roof.
Yeah. Yeah, I was shocked. I mean, people wanted to see Customato. It was really, Ali, you could say what you want about him, but he got along with everybody. People think he was some kind of racist or something. He was nothing like what people tried to make him look like with the media and the FBI tried to make him look like back in those days.
Oh, I mean, Palermo has a Joe Frazier shirt on right now.
Nice.
Yep.
My dad was
and everybody. I'm sorry, Lee. I interrupted you again. About Muhammad Ali, everybody thought what? And he was a really, really nice guy.
He was, because look at the relationship he had with Howard Cosell. Look at the relationship he had with so many people. But his problem was his enemies were the people that he fought because, he was. At least look at what Tyson. Tyson threatened to eat people's babies and rape people when he was on stage. I mean, Ali never did that.
No, not many fighters did.
Mike Tyson actually ate somebody's ear.
Yeah,
twice.
One
he
time
actually did it.
Yep, that ruined my entire night one night, Angel. My dad had
that one. I missed it. I don't know why I didn't watch that fight. I missed it.
Angel, do you know who I watched that fight with?
Roberto Duran. Yeah, me too.
Angel.
I liked him. Who'd you fight?
I watched that with John, your Uncle John.
Oh, really?
He came over with his friend Tony and Glenn Bernard. Bernardi, my neighbor, was having the fight downstairs, and we all sat there and watched that fight that night. And we all sat down and watched the second fight together, too.
Really?
Yeah.
I was pissed at Tyson. I'll be honest. We were having a manhunt. I was younger. My parents were having a boxing party. We're in the middle of a manhunt. I think he bit him like the second, third, or fourth. And everybody had to be, called home. Yeah, ruined the whole night.
Yeah. My father really liked him.
He brought excitement to the game.
Yeah, he did. Come on, he did.
Who did?
Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, oh my gosh.
Come on, that's when boxing was so good. It was so exciting. Now I don't even know who a boxer is today.
He was the end of the exciting.
I gotta say something though. Tommy Lucchese was bringing up a great point. Evander Holyfield was a master of using his head.
Kept headbutting him. Yeah,
but Tyson was he out-30'd him. He out-bullied him. He bullied him. Tyson got in the ring and was not used to being bullied. Tyson was used to being the bully, and he got out-bullied.
100%. But he knew how to use his head too.
Yep, he sure
if
did.
you've seen his eyes after the fight,
yeah,
he looked like an animal.
Yeah, it's like
his press conference.
That was like on his, you know what I mean?
and that was one guy. And Tyson would scare everybody, but Holyfield did not have an ounce of fear of that man. And see, if you got in that ring and you didn't have no fear of that man, you had a chance. Most people were beaten before they even stepped in. Remember Leon Spinks? Michael Spinks. Michael Spinks. Remember Michael Spinks? How scared he was when going. You could see his face. He had this fear on him.
We talked about that when you left the other night. He lost that fight. That fight was over before he ever got into the ring.
Definitely over before Pinkland Thomas. There were certain guys that were beaten before they ever stepped to those ropes.
I thought when he fought Tucker, if Tucker would have bullied him a little bit, that could have been a better fight.
Yeah,
because Tucker could take his punches.
See, and Bruno wasn't scared of him. Bruno caught him. That punch that Bruno hit Tyson would have knocked anybody else out.
I think
that was a great fight.
Yeah, but I think when he fought Razor Ruddock, I think if they would have trained Ruddock a little bit better, Ruddock had an awesome left hook. An awesome left hand. The first fight, forget about it. They stopped that on the first time he even got him in any trouble. But the second fight, he hit Tyson one shot. He spun his head around.
Can you imagine what Foreman would have done to Tyson?
It wouldn't even lasted 4 or 5 rounds.
He would have done the same thing that he did to Frazier.
Yeah,
probably worse because I think Frazier had more courage than Tyson did in that ring. Frazier fought all big guys.
Yeah,
and that were good fighters. Who did Tyson really fight?
On his head.
Great fighters.
Tyson fought a great fighter named Holyfield and got beat.
I'm not talking about that, Lee. I'm asking you, who did he fight outside of Holyfield? Even Buster Douglas was not a great fighter.
Right.
That was
it was good.
Without a doubt.
Outside of Holyfield and Lewis, who did he fight that was a great
No, you're
fighter?
absolutely right. Holyfield fought Riddick Bowe. Those were classic fights. You're absolutely right. Tyson, I give Tyson a lot of credit for the comeback that he's made in his life.
100%, absolutely.
And he seems like a guy that was just a weak kid from the street that was taken advantage of.
Yep.
And Customato did a great job with him, but when Cuss was gone, so was he. He was taking and everybody took advantage of him. Women took advantage of him. Men, everybody took advantage of that poor kid. But he was a pretty mean dude.
The mother and daughter tandem took out.
Oh my God, they did a number on him.
People don't even realize they took out 2 of the highest profile New York athletes ever.
You're talking about Dave Winfield?
Dave Winfield was probably the highest profile baseball player in New York at the time.
And she gave him syphilis.
Correct. Ruth Roper took him out, and Robin Givens took out Mike Tyson.
Yeah. But it's like Zio said, Razor Ruddock, Frank Bruno, those were all fair fighters. They weren't legend. They weren't, when you think about
great fighters.
Look at who Ali fought.
Do you think Tommy Morrison would have been, if he didn't get HIV and AIDS? Do you think he would?
No, sure. But Ray Mercer put him back in reality.
I remember that one.
Ray Mercer was a good fighter.
And that's a guy that didn't start. Ray Mercer didn't start fighting until his mid-30s. He fought. He was an army fighter, and that guy got started late in life, but he could hit. But just think about the fighters that Ali fought. You're thinking about Shavers. Think about the mid-level fighters.
Norton, Chaballo. He fought that old guy. Even getting his name in the garden. No, you wouldn't know, Nick. It was way before your time. I only seen it from films.
Wait, Ali didn't fight Sonny Liston? I'm just stoned.
He fought a fighter.
He fought him twice.
Oh, yeah.
And how about the guy Cooper that knocked him down? A very good fighter, with Grover Cleveland. He fought these fighters. Every fight, Ali. There was no bum of the month like Joe Louis. Ali always was fighting. Most of the times, he wanted the money, so he would fight the best fighters.
You remember when he fought Dwayne Bobbick?
Yeah. Yep.
That was a bad fight. Everybody thought Bobbick was the next White Hope. They were always looking for a White Hope at that time. No good. Quarry was just a small guy. Quarry had a hard to hard.
going to be the way to, Morrison. But nope.
Yeah, that guy was a worse party than Tyson. He just did it
Yes.
in a lower profile city.
Mm-hmm.
You know who looks good right now? What's his name's lost a lot of weight. Fury. I've been watching that series on Netflix.
Yeah, you like it?
He's in some good shape. You see the shape he's in?
Yeah, but you know what, Lee? He's another guy. He's gonna let his career pass him by if you don't get back in there with that Usyk quick.
Well, but I understand what he's doing. He's been fighting for a long time. He had his 2 kids. He hasn't been spending no time, and his wife wanted him to come home, and he made the agreement. But he's about to ready to get in the ring. He wasn't planning on coming back, but now he is. He's got 2 big price off and 2 big offers on the table.
I think he's got to fight Usyk though in a boxing match to make his.
But he's not going to. He's going to
Joshua.
fight. He's going to fight. What's his name? He's going to. I think Joshua is so overrated. That guy got knocked out by a mediocre fighter.
He also beat what's his face, Klitschko, a 40-year-old fighter for the belt.
Yep.
Not that he fought a prime Klitschko.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was a good fight, and it was a real good fight.
Yeah, I believe that you got some really good fighters, but I just don't. I don't think they're ever going to fight because once he got knocked out, he lost a lot of his invincibility.
It's a money
without
fight,
a doubt. I think we might see Wilder and Joshua eventually. Maybe.
I love to see Wilder knock him out.
I think Wilder hits him one time. It's night.
Yep, under 5 rounds.
I put up the video today of when what's his name got knocked down, Fury.
Again, by Wilder.
Yes, and I put the video up where you could see Wilder's face when he got up.
Yeah,
Wilder's face went blank, like holy shit.
You know what that remind me of? You remember in wrestling when the Undertaker used to get up and the other wrestler would be like shocked. Even though
he was in HBO. They showed on HBO. They showed behind the scenes where he was in the back Wilder and he was talking to his friends. He goes, "That dude got up like the Undertaker," and that's what Wilder said. He said it was like watching the Undertaker getting up.
He just sits
Good
up.
night, Carol. Good night, Carol.
They did.
Thank you.
Oh, good night, Carol, mijo. Always a pleasure to see you.
I'm sorry we took the show over with boxing.
No, go ahead. I'm enjoying it. I love this.
Zio, I agree with you on that too. I think Fury beats Usyk if he comes to train in Detroit. I don't think he wins if he trains in England.
I think Fury beats him.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, man, you got to see the way he looks right now. His body looks better than it ever has.
But how much is he weighing?
I don't know, but no, he looks good though. He looks really good.
No, I know he looks good, but I'm saying, remember what we said the other night? When he got bigger, he got better. Is that going to deplete from him? Because he didn't have much power before. Yeah, that third fight though, he cut that weight back down.
Yeah, he did. You're right.
Yeah, 273 in the last fight.
No, that was the second fight.
Yeah.
No, let me look it up right now. You might be right. I thought he was 273 in the last fight.
Yeah, I think it was 273 in the second. I'm not sure.
Let me look it up.
Yeah.
I might be way off. You might be right. I know he was in his 270s for the second fight.
I want to say 260, 262.
I'm going to say 272, 273, and I didn't get it up yet. Teletape, Fury versus Wilder.
How does
That guy
everybody
made a
like the
mistake.
background Jerry made?
Oh,
I like it a lot.
I love it.
I love it, right? It's so much brighter than the other one.
It's 3D too. That's cool.
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
Okay, let's see. Teletape, blah, 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 blah. 273 and Deontay Wilder weighed 231.
Which fight was that? The
you,
third?
everyone. Thank
Three.
you. Thank you,
The
Steel.
third.
Wow. I don't know that. I remember him being lighter.
Yeah, but I don't think he needs to gain that weight for anybody other than Wilder.
I think he might definitely not for Usyk, because Usyk's already a small guy.
I'm going to say one thing. Who the heck is
No,
Usyk?
Lee, I gave you the tail of the tape for the second fight. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let me see for 3. I apologize.
No problem.
You look it up. I'll tell my funny story. So there was the
Go ahead.
blackout, and then it was out for like I don't know, days, and then one day it came back on. So we all ran. Like I was blow drying my hair. I have really, really curly hair. So I blow dried one side of my head, and then all of a sudden the lights went back out again. I had to go out with one side of my head straight and the other side curly.
How did that look?
And I bet you still looked hot.
Thank you, Zio. But you weren't. I don't think you were blocked, were you? I don't
A
know.
couple of people know.
Thank you very much. But thank you, my Chanel, my baby girl.
Tyson with Fury.
Did you guys ever hear of a fighter named Ketchum?
Look at her.
No. You know what he weighed for the third fight, Lee?
What's that?
277.
What?
So he came in the same weight. Same weight. Both
Here.
fights.
200. And what did the other guy weigh? Let's see. Wilder came in at 238.
He threw him around the ring in that fight like a paperweight.
Well, you know what it was? He had no lower body whatsoever.
None.
Zero.
He's
From
so
the weight-
used to. But I'll tell you what, if he hits you with that bomb, man, you're going. That guy can hit.
I'd
I'll
have
tell you
to ask
what.
my brother John, Zio. I don't know. I'd have to ask John. He would know. Peter and John.
If the guy from Cuba, you remember that fight? He fought him twice, Wilder.
Oh my God.
He's
Not Ruiz.
What's that?
Doing the Bugs Bunny.
Someone's phone's ringing while they're on.
Was that their fault? Really?
That was Tony's phone. It sounds like Bugs Bunny, right?
I don't know, Zio, because if he bought one for the feast, how come he didn't buy one for my half head of hair was curly and the other half was straight?
Oh, the generators.
Yeah.
You know
They
the
had generators back then? 77? We didn't have one.
you know the thing with Ali though.
What's that?
What
Let's get back to
happened,
boxing.
Lee? Oh, of
Go ahead.
course.
Okay, you know the thing about Ali is, there was a lot of race going on when I was a kid. I remember that, but now that you're older and you watch him, I'm like saying to myself, "Oh my God, I can't believe that I didn't realize when I was a kid what this guy was really about and how great he was."
Wait, I'm
You know
telling
what about Ali? And I don't mean this disrespectfully. He always had beautiful wives and girlfriends. His last wife was not the prettiest, but she protected him like no tomorrow.
Yeah,
And the photographer, I think his name is Howard Bingham.
yeah.
You couldn't make a move to get to Ali without going through Howard Bingham. Everything had to go through Howard Bingham in the last 25 years of his life.
You're right, Zio, probably.
Tony Ortiz.
Okay, if Ortiz had the brains and a little bit more endurance or stamina, okay, to fight him the last couple of rounds of both fights, he wins both of those fights. Ortiz was a good fighter. Ortiz had him
Older, right?
He was in his 40s. He could have been 45, 50 by that time. We don't even know. You know, they lie about their birth certificates over there. But Lee, did you see those two fights?
I don't think so.
He won out of 20 rounds. I would say Wilder won the 2 rounds. He knocked him out.
What year was this?
Right before Fury.
No, what year was?
Oh, I'm gonna look it up for you right now. Right before Fury. Right before Fury won. Yeah, and you know what? He fought him in between.
What year was it? What year was it? Just wondering.
Let me find out for you.
I think 2020 or 2021.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, but he fought him one time in between the Fury fights, I think. When Fury was fighting at a big white kid from another country, Wilder fought Ortiz again.
Oh, I beat the shit out of him. That was I don't even know why they made that fight.
What fight are you talking about?
So Boston, did you watch the whole series or are you still watching it?
Still watching it.
Yeah, me too. I'm on. Did you see the part yet where his cousin got knifed to death?
No, I have not got there yet. What
I'm
episode?
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. What episode? No, I knew about it, so I already knew.
Yeah, he was, and he was real close to him. I mean, I'll tell you why it was kind of scary to watch how Fury was like just zoning out, sitting down, not talking to nobody. He goes into those zones. His wife was getting ready because of all his drug addiction and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, the last one was November 23rd, 2019. 2019. And how did that happen? And the fight took place. Let me see.
That was 2020.
I think he was ahead on every judge's card by multiple points, and he knocked them out again in the 10th. The second fight, he knocked them out in the 7th round. He was down 5 rounds to 1.
Yeah, and JL, you're right. Wilder has no boxing fundamentals, but I'll tell you what, and like you said, that knockout shot, shot though, wow. You can say what you want, man, but that punch, it don't matter who you are, if he catches you, you're going. That's why he was shocked when he hit Fury so hard, and the fact that Fury got up from that is amazing.
He was laid out.
Lee, the first fight was March 3rd, 2018 at the Barclays Center in New York, and he was behind by 4 points, 3 points, and 3 points, and knocked them out in the 10th.
Yeah. You get that one punch, man. But like you said, he has those bony, skinny legs.
And that fight was not a championship fight. Oh yeah, it was for the WBC heavyweight fight championship. I was going to say, if that went 10 rounds, he would have lost right there, but it would have been a 12-round fight. The guy just ran out of gas. And the nice thing about that, they both had special needs daughters, Ortiz and Wilder, and they donated a lot of money to the 2 charities.
Do you guys like how there's so many belts? I don't like all the belts.
No. Well, that's what I like about Fury. When Fury put all the belts together, he's the first guy to become unified champion in a long time.
Yeah.
Especially, and they all do that because all those crooked organizations, they want to make all these fees and stuff. What was the one for Mexico that they had there for years with that Mexican president?
Suleiman?
Yes,
Suleiman?
remember him?
WBC, Jose Suleiman.
He was raw.
Was he in Mexico or Puerto Rico?
I'm not sure. I think that was. I'm not sure. I think it was Mexico. I might be wrong though. But it's And how about the fight another fight that everybody talks about how great Canelo was, but he got destroyed by Mayweather.
He got taken to school.
And did you see that punch where Canelo swung at him, hit the ropes, and during the fight, and Mayweather staring at the ropes and looking at him like making fun of him, like you just hit the rope, you're supposed to hit me.
Good morning. Well, no. Mexico, Lee. You're right.
It was, and I remember it's like, that guy. I think that guy wound up getting convicted or something.
He did, and who became the new chairman of the board? His son. Isn't his son Jose Suleiman Jr. still the president of WBC?
He might be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and Mayweather was 36 at the time. Yeah, you can say what you want about Mayweather, but I'll tell you. I remember what he did to Ricky Hatton. Everybody was like, Ricky Hatton has a chance. Ricky Hatton, he knocked him out so bad.
Was there was a 15 age gap between Mayweather and Canelo?
Yeah.
Nah, it can't be.
No, Canelo was just but after that, Canelo started using the juice.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
But it was the cow's fault.
Yeah. It was, and then he all of a sudden became a great fighter. Yeah, okay. And then when he, look at this muscle mass on him when he fought Triple G.
How about if he would have fought Triple G in his prime? Triple G would have beat him every fight. Oh, my
gosh. I think Triple G beat him already anyway, even not in his prime. Imagine him in his prime.
But I'm saying, could you imagine Triple G against him if Triple G was even 30 years old?
No.
32 years old.
I think Triple G would beat him easy.
So do I.
Yeah. And I think now that they've gotten stricter under steroids is when now that Canelo's been exposed. If you look at him, if there's a new fight coming up, he has no muscle mass. It's all gone. So USADA's really, is really all over that now. So as soon as they made the law stricter in boxing for steroids, he doesn't look the same anymore.
No. I'm looking something up here. Wait, give me 1 minute.
I bet you Marla's sleeping.
I'm still awake.
Marla, why don't you give us?
Yeah, you guys are right. Mayweather was 36. Canelo was 23.
Marla, give us your view on who's your favorite boxer.
I don't have one.
Come on, you gotta have one.
Tyson.
Okay. I respect Tyson because of I respect Tyson because of the comeback he made in his life.
Listen, he got rid of all the trash around him, including his friends. Not only Don King, his own friends robbed him.
Yep. And he's making more money off that damn podcast that he has than he's made off a lot of things in his life. You see his numbers on that thing?
What about his weed business? Isn't he doing a lot with that too?
He got into the weed business because of the money he made on his podcast. He even said that. He wasn't expecting to make that kind of money. He thought, I'll do a podcast on YouTube, and he had no idea that hot boxing was going to go over the way it did. I watch it. I love that show. I liked what he had Michael Francis on. It was really good when he had Michael Francis on.
It was a good show.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look for this fight. I wanted you to go back and try it. Just watch it. Go back and watch the fight from May 9th, 2015 against James Kirkland. It was as close. James Kirkland from Texas. It was as close as Hagler Hearns for a 3-round fight.
Who won that fight?
Alvarez finally knocked him out in the 3rd round. It was as close as Hearns Hagler. Those 3 rounds.
The closest I ever seen Mayweather come to losing was what I thought. I actually thought he lost the fight to De La Hoya.
I thought he lost to De La Hoya, and I thought he lost to the one that me and you did with those guys against Castillo that night.
Yeah.
De La Hoya who?
Oscar De La Hoya when he fought Mayweather. Remember when De La Hoya had him on the ropes and was hitting him in the body?
I thought I gotta go back and watch that, but I remember thinking to myself that De La Hoya got robbed, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. I remember the body shots. He was hitting him with these huge body shots on the ropes. And De La Hoya wasn't in his prime in that fight.
That's Mayweather. Always waiting for Pacquiao. That fight should have happened 4 or 5 years before that.
And Pacquiao got in that ring with that bad shoulder. That's a shame. All the fans were cheated out of. I don't blame him. He wanted that money, but the fans got cheated out of a real fight because of that. Him going in like that. And a couple days after the fight, he has major shoulder surgery.
Once again, would you give up that kind of payday? I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it sucks for the fans because I believe that Pacquiao could beat him. Pacquiao is faster than him, and I believe that a healthy Pacquiao beats Mayweather every time. Because Pacquiao was the one fighter that was quicker than Mayweather.
It would have been a great fight.
And don't get me wrong, Mayweather could take a punch. I mean, no one can take that from when he gets hit, though. And when he gets hit and you think he's hurt, he knows how to get in that shell and survive.
Because he knew boxing. He knew how to clinch. He knew how to delay a little bit here and there,
Yeah, his uncle and father, they were very good fighters. I remember watching them in the 80s. They were big time, they were always on those Saturday shows.
Hey, this guy JL knows his stuff. You're absolutely right. James Kirkland was a trainer, was a lady. Her name was Ann Wolf. And she was being ducked by Layla Ali her whole career. If you ever seen Ann Wolf coming at you, you'd run the other way. I'm shocked, Lee, you didn't see that fight. That was a great 3 rounds of boxing.
Yeah, I was involved in a very bad relationship at that time. I didn't see anything. I was blind.
Go back and look at that. That was some fight that night.
Yeah,
remember
know what
when
happened?
Roger Mayweather fought Whitaker.
Yeah,
I remember. Yes, I do.
When UFC got really popular, I stopped watching boxing for about 8 years, where I just didn't watch it anymore. I was so disappointed with the boxing decisions, watching fights and watching Triple G win fights and get robbed. I just stopped watching it because I felt like no matter who won, but now the UFC is like that. If you don't knock somebody out, you're going to lose the decision. That people that it kind of sucks. I mean, judges, man, they suck ass.
So Pernell Whitaker fought Roger Mayweather, that was for the NABF lightweight title. I never even heard of that one.
Do you remember Zab Judah?
Of course, yes.
I thought he was a very good fighter. He just didn't have enough to be a great fighter.
You know what happened there? His dad, was his trainer, and his father was such a demanding guy in the gym and everything. His father, if he listened to his father, really listened to him, he could have been better. Because you know what? He had Mayweather in a little bit of trouble in the first couple of rounds. Yeah. If you go back and watch that fight. And there's another fight with a brawl in the ring during the middle of the fight, almost. That people were jumping in for everywhere. You remember between round 1 and 2 or 2 and 3, they almost had a brawl in the middle of the ring.
Do you remember the fan guy that came into the ring in the fan?
That was in the outdoor arena at Caesar's Palace for Bowen Holyfield.
Yeah, he hung himself,
Did he? He also
in real life, he hung himself in Alaska. They found him in the woods hanging from a tree.
How much time did he get for that? A couple of years, right?
Well, they beat him so bad, he shouldn't have got no time, if you ask me. I mean, they beat him.
How about HBO had the thing on video from about 20 minutes beforehand of a guy flying around the air?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, that was a crazy stunt. But that guy, they said that guy had a lot of brain damage after that beating he took. That's what his family said. He was never the same after he was being hit on the head with heavy phones.
He was being hit with them big walkie-talkies. Remember the big black walkie-talkies with the rubber antennas?
Yeah. And they had him down. They were just beating him.
They gave him a beating.
Yeah.
They really gave him a beating.
And his family said that after that, his brain damage, he suffered from major depression after that. Before that, he used to try to do. That was just crazy stunt thing to do, though. You could have hurt somebody really bad.
Hey, do you know who the only 4 fighters are to beat Pernell Whitaker?
Nope.
The first one was an absolute joke. Whitaker probably won every round. It was against a guy named Carlos Bojorquez. Felix Trinidad did beat him up, but he was an old Pernell Whitaker. Oscar De La Hoya, he did beat him. And I don't know if he beat him. That was a close fight. And Jose Luis Ramirez beat him.
Well, it's no shame. He lost. Those are all very good fighters.
Yeah, the only one was the first one, and he came back and knocked the guy out the very next fight.
Yeah, Roger Mayweather. Who was it they called the Black Mamba? The boxer.
Was it John the Beast Mugabe?
No, I thought it was Mayweather.
I mean, look.
There were 2
Black Mamba. You might be right. The Black. Roger Mayweather.
It was Roger Mayweather. Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yep. Roger Mayweather was nicknamed the Black Mamba.
And he was better. Those two brothers hated each other because they were jealous of each other.
Well, Floyd was a great boxer until he got shot in the ass.
Yeah.
Floyd was really good. Roger died a bad death too, man. Roger, I don't even know what was wrong with him. I know he lost a ton of weight before he died.
Yeah, he was. I could swear his brother was happy when he died because he can get back with his son.
You know what? They didn't speak at all. Remember the time they showed the video of Floyd and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Floyd Mayweather fighting in the gym?
And Floyd stood up for his uncle.
Right, and the uncle didn't try and get in the middle and back it off at all. He really wanted to see them go at it too.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been pretty.
No, that was terrible. What happened that night?
Yeah, and that guy, but that guy was so out of bounds. There, his father was so bad. I mean, he was embarrassing his son, just doing really stupid stuff. It was obvious that he was jealous of his brother guiding his son like that to being very successful.
Wait a minute here. Mayweather used to. I was looking at this thing here. It just came up on it. They said that Floyd Mayweather was accused of doping. According to Tom Hauser, who was a great historian and boxer, Mayweather used World Anti-Doping Agency banned to administer fluids after the weigh-ins the day before the Manny Pacquiao fight in early May.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And he was the one trying to force Pacquiao into taking the blood tests.
Yep.
But you know what? The blood would have been taken a week before was the deal that he wanted. He's saying he used these fluids 24 hours to 48 hours before the fights.
Is Boston still here?
No, it's only us four.
They're off.
Well, listen, guys, I enjoyed the boxing, but I'm going to take off. I really enjoyed the boxing. Thank you, guys. And even you, Zio, nothing like talking boxing. What's better than boxing, man? Especially when you talk about the old-timers.
See what brings men together?
Boxing and hookers.
You would have to throw in the hookers.
If you have a group of men, drunk men in the room, and you brought in some hookers, they all love each other.
Petey Paisano, I feel bad for Gerald McClellan as well. He was a great fighter who got clobbered with rabbit punches, and they allowed it to go the whole entire fight. That guy was a great fighter. He should have never agreed to go over to England to fight. Who did he fight that time? That other kid, the crazy kid. His son's a fighter now. He's not even involved in boxing no more. He left. I forgot his name, but he just rabbit punched him he literally rabbit punched him into a brain damage.
Really?
Never walked again.
Angel, we know you're sleeping. Stop pretending.
I am not sleeping. I'm up. I was actually having a nice conversation with Jerry.
Oh. Well, guys, take care. It's been fun. Everybody have a nice night. Bye.
Good night,
Thank you, Lee.
Thank you very much. And maybe we'll do that interview tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Take care,
It
everybody.
was Nigel Benn, too. Good night, Lee.
Good night, Lee. So,
Yes, ladies.
okay. Oh, where'd you go? All right. We are going to go now, but before we go, I have two more things to say.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to be on the screen when I say it.
What, it's got something to do with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Good night. Thank you.
Good night, Tony Silo, and thank you very much. I really, really enjoy having you come on. Every time I ask you to come on, you are there for me. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Good night, ladies.
Have a good night.
Good night, Tony. Okay, Miss Marla, there's something I have to get off my chest, and I didn't want him here when I did.
Let her rip.
Yeah. Hi, Petey Paisano and Steve. And I'm sorry I didn't click on your comments. I want to say two things. One, I don't know if Rob Rosso watched this tonight or listened to it, or somebody will run back and tell him, but you owe me an apology, Mr. Rosso. You owe me that apology. And number two, people who called Tony Silo tonight stolen valor, you are calling my friend of 24 years, an attorney, a liar. You can kiss my fucking ass. Worry about what's in your backyard and stop accusing my friends of being liars. Worry about your backyard. You want to call one person a liar, now you're calling my friend an attorney. 24 years. He's not going to come on here and lie for Tony Silo. He's never even met Tony Silo. And he certainly wouldn't lie for me either. He examined the paperwork. He put his reputation on the line, and he came on here. So you kiss my ass, all of you. Joey D. Oh, Joey D, you didn't have to do that. Oh, wow, Joey. Oh, I feel bad. You didn't have to do that. Oh, my Chewy order. Yeah, oh my God. My poor baby. Joey, thank you so much. That you definitely did not have to do that, but thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's all I want to say, everybody. I'm sorry that I cursed, but I can't stomach when you want to now lie about my friend and of a very long time. Now you want to call him a liar and a fraud. Kiss my ass. Okay. I'm done, Miss Marla. I'm mad. I'm real mad right now. And I think before I get myself in trouble, I think we should end it, because to call Adam a fraud and a liar, piece of shits. But thank you, everybody. Marla.
Have a good night, everyone.
Love you, Marla.
Love you, Angel.
Joey
Have a good
D,
night, everyone.
Thank you so much, Joey D. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. And Zio, thank you for being here and having a really good conversation with everybody up on the panel. You could have came up too. Angel, what happened now? The same characters. Show number 35 on Tony Silo, but this time when you're going after him and you're saying his paperwork is fake, you're going after my friend Adam. And you know what, everybody? Seriously, go look in their backgrounds. Go look in their backyards. Go look at them. The people that I defended for a year. Go look at him. Don't go after my friend Adam. All right.
Love you, Angel.
Love you. Good night, everybody, and thank you. Joey D, thank you so much, and thank you. What'd you say? Tell them to kiss your ass. I just did, Carol. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm sick of it. Oh, look who's here. Hello there, my Ange. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of it. I really am. I defended this guy for a whole... You know what? I'm not getting into it again. I sound like a broken record. You're a bully. That's all I'm going to say. You're a bully, an out-and-out bully. So, good night, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, Kate Goody, too. Thank you.